Hi, Cam.
Hello. Yeah, we didn't even just let Cameron say hello. We're too busy talking about other things. But of the dodgy microphone levels, I don't know.
I wasn't sure. It was like it looked like it was persistently letting out a
tiny bit.
Sorry, I had the stream on and I just got totally
discombobulated.
I love that word.
But yeah, it looked like it had this persistent, like it was picking up the sound of my computer or something. So I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine also has a consistent buzz about it. Oh, my phone should probably be away. It's a good start.
But I think it seems to be working so far. Let me know if I'm too loud or too quiet.
A little low.
All right.
He's always softer.
Oh, pardon.
But Gray sounds weird. Everybody?
Okay. Sorry.
It's so funny. He sounds like sounds like an AI version of him or something. I don't know, like a bad AI.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like a lot higher pitched or something.
I have no idea. The USB port in the back of my computer apparently burnt out, so I just have the interface going to a different port, but nothing else has changed. So I seriously think it's gremlins. It's been my theory for a while. Just audio seems to get messed up when I'm around.
You haven't had any feminization. Yeah, you haven't.
I mean, I have been drinking a little bit more soy, but that couldn't be it. I don't know.
So which voice of Gray is the real voice of Gray?
I don't know.
Well, you haven't heard all of them yet.
Voice reveal when?
No.
So 10K?
Let's get him.
Excellent.
What you said your so, Catrew. Your so is in like this. Here we go. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wait, it's been totally derailed by now. So.
Okay. Well, today's yes.
Yeah. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay.
Well, just
so today.
Maybe I am a fake Gray.
Yeah, we're all just trying. We're reeling from this. It's weird. It's like reality has been a bit warped. We'll refer to that later, aliens-wise. So yes, the actually also I don't know if Blaine will be able to come along. He is invited. So, but this did occur from on Blaine's stream. So aliens is our first topic. Then we're going to talk about Chapelle. Something about Chapelle. I saw those in the video in the V chat. Voice chat. And of course, my favorite thing right now, Palworld.
Yeah.
So maybe I should be consistent and say Chapelle.
Show.
There's just drama. I don't know. We might land up talking about the Oscars, I suppose, because it's just the media part of the show.
Oh yeah. There's so that's so interesting about the Oscars. Like people complaining about like the Ken song getting nominated, but the director not and Margot Robbie not getting or Ken Ken I guess Ryan Gosling getting nominated for the Ken song, but then Margot Robbie not getting nominated, neither the director. But the thing is that you'd think that was like the only nomination if you were to look at that controversy, but it's being nominated for so many other things. Barbie is. So it's not like it's just it's weird. It's like, yeah, there's no real snobbery. There's no real shunning necessarily. It's just that I don't know that those aspects of the film weren't like Oscar level apparently.
Sorry, I just logged into Palworld and I was kitted out. It was great. And now I'm back to my old self. Sorry.
No.
But yeah, that is, I guess, the drama that's gone on Twitter, I suppose.
Yeah.
This
So
only
I really don't get. I mean, the direction I don't think was really all that special. I mean, if it had gotten nominated, would it be weird? I mean, what was nominated above it? I'm not familiar with this year's picks.
Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor
like
Things,
actual films.
The Zone of Interest.
Yeah.
It's Barbie. It's a comedy.
It's Barbie. Like, relax, honey, sweetie baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank God you said that. I refuse to say that. But there's a couple of people supporting roles got nominated.
Yeah. I mean, America Ferrera got nominated.
Right. Take the win. I'm curious to know if set design, because that's the true star of that movie.
Yeah. That's something that I would be like, yeah, you should be, that you can justify snubbery, it being a snub.
It's nominated for Best Picture too, like production design.
Yeah, production design. There you go. So I don't, but because the director wasn't, and because Margot Robbie, those two weren't nominated, this somehow counts as a snub. I don't get it.
Wasn't Ken like the runaway?
Yes.
Like, just everyone loved him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
But it's a man in a movie about Barbie, so.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird to focus on that aspect when so many other aspects of the film are being nominated.
Yeah.
Why does it matter that? Why does it matter that Ken is being nominated, or Ryan Gosling?
I'm sorry, but that is a really bitchy thing.
Yeah,
like that is such a woman problem. I'm sorry. I guess I'm the one. It's okay if I say it.
Yes, again, another thing that you can say that I refuse to. I really, really hope some of the actors from Killers of a Flower Moon win, and then hear everybody complain because well they're not white, and then what's the problem gonna be?
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Right.
That is a
good. With Killers of the Flower Moon, I haven't seen it yet.
You need to set aside the month of February if you plan.
Yeah. It's a long ass movie.
Sorry,
got it. All right.
Sorry.
No. It's all good. So, what's the runtime on it?
3+.
3 hours.
Oh wow. Okay, sure, yeah.
He's into long movies now.
It's a long ass movie. But we were at some point going, okay, when are we?
My first viewing of Barbie, I felt like Barbie was a bit long. But then every time I watched it afterwards, but the first time I watched it, yeah. Because I watched it by myself the first time. And I don't know, it just felt like the retaking of Barbie World felt like it sort of dragged. This is the first time I watched it. I don't know. But every other time afterwards, where I knew the events of the film, I was able to gauge my expectations accordingly. Time flew by much faster, especially the last time where I watched it with Galente. When it was,
it
seemed to fly by almost.
Do you think it felt long to
I don't
you
know.
on that first run because all of the events in the first portion in Barbie World felt so separate stylistically from everything in the real world?
Maybe. I think that the pacing of the film, if you were to analyze the film, I believe you could probably pull apart two different movies in there. That they kind of like merged two ideas for two different movies into one, and it's where you're going back into Barbie World and you're solving that problem. It is more a return of the movie you started with, but you're so on board with Margot Robbie's kind of like her arc and her character arc that it feels like it felt to me like returning to Barbie Land and dealing with the Barbies and Kens at that point felt not forced but like drawn out. If it like yeah, it felt like we should have been wrapping things up much quicker. I don't know. It felt like Barbie's journey was her character arc. Like it felt like the movie should have been paced more closely to her. And since we were forced into dealing with Ken stuff and all the other women and the I guess the America Ferrera the America Ferrera subplot because we were dealing with them, it kind of like expanded the runtime, it felt like. And this is on first viewing. This is how I felt like on first viewing.
The long story short of it is Margot Robbie didn't bring anything to that film that transcended that character. Comedy or no, I would say something like Jennifer Lawrence did more for No Hard Feelings, which I wouldn't nominate for any award, than Margot Robbie did for Barbie. She was fine, but she didn't, bring the role above and beyond. It's fine. People need to relax. What is that?
I agree.
Is that me?
What's wrong? Is it bad?
Sure.
Is it me? Because it might
be.
This. Is it like that?
Yeah. It was hard to tell at first. It kind of sounded like a weed whacker or like some sort of lawn.
So I don't know if it's this or this.
How many magnets do you have near your microphone?
So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's this. Does this make it worse?
Here, put that next to your mic.
Is it bad?
It's better now.
It was
getting real bad.
It doesn't seem to be that. It must be the phone.
It's the phone.
I don't know. Now that's not doing it. I don't know.
No,
now it's doing it again. I don't know.
Just go away, boy.
I need more blankets and less blankets.
Here we go. Put it away. Anything better?
Yeah, it's not doing the thing now.
Guys, it's me, okay? What's new? This stuff. What do you want from me? Is it like this? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I should have been nominated for the Oscar because I'm a female.
I agree.
The one that I don't understand is Poor Things. I don't know. How did it get nominated for everything? Like, I don't know.
It's this year's favorite. Right from the same production group and director.
I mean, like, I liked The Lobster, but like I wasn't a fan of The Favorite or Killing of a Sacred Deer. So I don't know. I kind of went into this open-minded and I just didn't care for it. I don't see how it like stacks up to the others on the list, but
that's the guy who directed Dogtooth, right?
Yes. I think that's the only one that's not super. It's strange, but it's not as
strange.
Yeah.
It's
interesting fella.
It's a motion picture.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
I guess.
At least Giamatti is getting a bunch of
Yeah.
attention for this. I hope that goes his way.
I don't know what.
Do we care
Riyadh
about
is.
the Oscars at all?
Not really. I just was kind of
No.
surprised to see who was nominated.
I loved when Parasite won because fuck America.
Well said.
Yeah, like when it's actually in it, but it's good. It's not like, oh, here is a token of our appreciation
Yeah.
for your.
When it won international, I was like, all right, there's your participation trophy. But when it won Best Picture, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. What happened?
There you go.
Hold on. Okay.
Always
Take
like to
that.
see.
Hollywood.
Always like to see the K-dramas do well.
Yeah, they're making
Is it a
better
K-drama?
movies.
Does it count as a K-drama?
It's
I don't know if it does, but
Korean cinema is just
Yeah.
better. You know, pound for pound.
Yeah.
it really is.
Speaking of which, we need to get the K-drama group back together.
Yeah.
Galente,
that's true.
hello. I see you there.
Oh, hey, Galente. Why
Yeah,
is he
where's,
not-
I guess it's been
joining?
holidays.
I think he's busy
Yeah.
a little bit right now.
Man, is everybody busy?
I know, right?
People.
Right.
Yeah. What was I going to say? So that was a topic that we weren't planning on.
But it works well. Now everyone's here, and we can get to Chapelle.
No, we haven't done the aliens. But what do you think Cameron's here for?
Talk about Barbie.
Oh,
Talk
okay.
about Barbie.
Barbie.
Again, okay, continue.
So,
I've got stuff to do here in Palworld. So
When I was in
I'll-
daycare, we had some toy Barbies. We'd make fight the toy soldiers, and that's about the limit of my exposure to it. But
There you go.
it's pretty
that
fun.
sounds very sexist. Actually.
So
Well, they were like
and
titans for the
problematic.
soldiers, right? Because they were so much bigger than the toy soldiers, so they were like these
okay,
super weapons.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaiju Barbies.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
what is this about aliens? Tell me.
okay.
I missed out on all of this.
Okay, so on Blaine's.
If it's for
Hold
me,
on.
tell him I'm not here.
It's Cinnabon.
Ooh, Cinnabon.
Oh
I am here.
man.
Jealous.
We're really not doing a healthy week. Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
was
happened
that
was
hot dogs, Cinnabons? You're
Mhm.
going full
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
we're not feeling good.
Your
Both of
stomach
us
is
are-
gonna just hate you.
Just not. You know what? It's fine. We had mac and cheese the other day. That's not a good one.
The
either.
other day?
Anyway.
Man.
Not today though.
So yes, what actually happened was we were on Blaine's stream, and I don't know how the topic came up, but if the question was, what if we knew for sure? What do you think would happen if we knew for sure that aliens were
Did
here
it exist?
and existed? Yes. But what do you think?
I think
why? Yeah.
it would matter significantly if we could interact with them. If it is simply out the way we live our lives, but aliens, yes, we know that aliens do exist, and like somehow they don't care about us at all. What I think happens is everyone adopts a stance on it, and then life moves on like the same as it always did.
Which you could say
I think
has
that
already
like
happened.
religious institutions would all try to claim them as theirs. It's like, oh, these are, they're emissaries for our religion, blah blah blah.
Yeah, God didn't
And-
necessarily say there aren't aliens, so
Yeah, exactly. Right. They all try and have some kind of stance on them in that way, and then we'd move on. Now, if we can interact with them, things change significantly.
okay.
Based off of the way we
and
are
interacting with us. What does it change? What does it mean?
Well, it depends on if we're trading goods. It depends if we are exchanging ideas, and what those ideas are.
Yeah,
and it's really kind of impossible to tell exactly what that would be. I mean, one hypothesis on how all this could go down is Gene Roddenberry's Earth Final Conflict, where they become integrated into pretty much everyday human existence.
What Blaine actually said was, go and watch The Day the Earth Stood Still. I don't remember that, but that's what he
that's one way.
But yeah, with the basically the thing that became an argument was whether there would just be what we should do about it. You know what? Let me see if I can get. Okay, it is a members only.
Yeah. It seemed to kind of focus around mass hysteria, right? Like if it would be panic. So what would constitute that? Like, did we go through that a couple of years ago, or are we talking like more than that?
Lofty was very much like, how could you just not care? But
no,
Blaine was more.
People would.
Yeah, but I don't think it would be as bad as we think.
I don't think people care that much, actually. Like you look
at
the
they
stuff
really
that came
don't.
Out that came out last year with Lieutenant Graves and all that.
That's how we got onto the topic on Blaine's.
And people were just sort of like, oh yeah, there's a thing. It happened. And then they moved on. Like the thing I would like most from Alien Contact would be humility. Like humanity gaining this sense of, oh wait, there is stuff that everyone was dismissing and calling crazy and silly. But I don't think it would happen just because I think people are kind of expecting aliens at this point. Like it's a matter of time.
I think that it's a matter of perspective, because what they were talking about was this sudden revelation that we are so insignificant. And it's like, I think we know that already.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be cool, and that's what Blaine and I kept actually saying, is it would be cool in terms of it was not that it wouldn't be wow, it would just be like, cool, now our lives have to carry on, like you said, Catrew. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up the actual
I
video.
think that what is it?
Just to give you an idea.
Aliens showing up, 100 or 200 years ago would have been way more significant than them showing up now.
Yeah.
If it became definitive proof 200 years ago, they would have they wouldn't have any frame of reference for it. But now we have had leagues,
scientific advancements.
Well, no, tons of TV shows and movies going over different possibilities. Ones where we are in the where we are part of the society. Ones where we've been. Ones where we're new. Ones where we're on the outside. What if they're hostile? What if they're friendly? We've had all of this kind of context going on. So we've had the ability, everyone has had the ability to think about all of this kind of stuff. And it's not like it wouldn't cause zero disruption, but I feel like it would be about the same as a scandal, maybe even like just a really big scandal level of drama going on. And that, but the thing is that because this is predicated on the idea that we're not really interacting with them. If we're not, then life is just going to move on as it is, because people have to get to work.
But I think even if we're interacting
with
bills,
people have to pay taxes.
But what if we are interacting with them? Even so, again, it did eventually get to the point where one of the things is the aliens view us as like birds. So we're the way that humans regard maybe smart birds and things and whatever. It's like, wow, you're really smart for a bird. So that's what they would be. That's how they would probably perceive us. Or maybe
you're really smart for a monkey.
Yeah,
so
we're really smart.
There's a book called A Completely True Story, and it's about humans. Oh, am I really quiet right now? Can't tell.
Not super quiet.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a book called A Completely True Story, and people go to the moon in their boats, and they fly up there, and they meet a wholly new alien species, and they have a war with them, and then they go to like Mercury or something and have a war with them. No, with Mars, I think. And that book was written shortly after the Odyssey was written, I think. So I think that we have always had this concept of aliens. It's not just like the last 200 years or something, and there's always been this idea of dealing with outsiders. And I don't think it'd be very different, actually, because, you know, they had the stories of this, what are they called, the Cynokines and the Blemmies, like the Romans would talk about. You sail across the ocean, there's people without heads there, or there's these hairy ape men, and there's always been aliens. It's just the scale, the absolute scale has changed, but the relative scale hasn't really throughout history. So I think, and a lot of people said this, the way we would react is probably very similar to how we would react to finding the aliens the way we did in the past, like finding Aboriginals in Australia or finding Native Americans in...
it wouldn't end us.
North America, yeah.
It would end someone. I mean, I suppose they could end us.
Well, you'd be expecting life out there, and it'd be different, and it'd be weird and strange, and maybe you'd fight, but it wouldn't destroy your view of the world.
Yeah, one of the things that actually did happen was Lofty's like, I would be in my bed for 12 hours just thinking about things. And we were like, okay, like I'm not criticizing Lofty. This is the thing of what do you think would happen?
You don't have to apologize for criticizing Lofty.
Fair enough. Nobody does. But does he think that's a common reaction, or does he think that he would be unique in that?
No. He thinks that that's the common one, and he thinks that we were weird for thinking. Yeah, well, duh. I don't know. Maybe it's because, and one of the things that we went through was we have thought this through. We've gone through this in media, in stories, all over. Like Cameron is talking about, for a very long time, we've gone through the idea of, say, the divine becoming real, palpable in front of us, and we kind of know how it's going to go.
Now you don't think that aliens would really, like, the existence of aliens would really affect your life, okay? Right? More
well, existence of them it would just make me go, oh yeah, like
it could affect my life, but it wouldn't affect my view of reality.
Now, what if they looked like Palcos?
I don't know what that is.
I mean, if they look like palicos. They look like cats, basically. I would be. All I've said, and I said it in the
combat companion.
Yes, in Monster Hunter World. All I would do is I would just want them to like, I welcome our AI overlords. That's me.
What if the aliens were like Orthodox like Catholics or something? Like, I think that would be devastating to people's worldviews.
No, yeah. I think I think maybe initially, I think that they adapt really quickly.
Major power. Right? Yeah, it would confirm it. Yeah.
It would basically say like this religion is the correct one. Or it'd be very, very strong evidence for it.
Yeah, that would be it. But it would be personally change. I guess regime change wise, there would be a thing. But the existence of aliens is kind of, for me, I think maybe it just, I don't know. I feel like I kind of know that because the chances are, I know how insignificant we are. I guess it would just be a reminder how insignificant we are. And I think that's maybe what Lofty was thinking about, is like it would change the perspective of everything. But let's watch a little bit of this thing from Blaine. I did.
Just want to quickly say, insignificant maybe to the universe as a whole for an entity that can affect it, but we're not necessarily insignificant to our own selves or to
exactly,
ourselves,
yeah.
Or what that would be, or if you want, to God or something like that. Like there's
we should not feel that we're insignificant.
Or maybe we should, but
that's
not the only argument.
No, here, Sam. Hold on one second. Here's what you said. You guys didn't listen to it.
Okay, let me actually take this. Okay, I did keep it blurry because I was like, Members only, but even so, we can read. Some people don't care. Revelation, because look how great Blaine is. He took notes. He didn't diagram, but he took notes. Some people don't care. Revelation so far ahead is so far ahead. So the revelation of actual alienness is too so far ahead, so it shouldn't matter. Aliens made tech may not make sense. That doesn't. Oh, their technology doesn't make sense to us, so it would change our physics or something. Don't call people dumb. Have respect. That's Tim.
Yeah.
Legit convo truth issue is internet. Okay, information moves forward. Government distracts from pandemic. So this, you see, okay, just listen to this.
Tim, I listened to
today. I'm a box office person that talks about it.
Tim, I took notes.
I did take notes.
You said the government's distracting from the pandemic. Let's use the actual examples from the actual guy.
This is why they were talking about.
Can we do that?
Wait, no. That's what I said. You're only worried about the immediate future.
Why do I care about the immediate?
Listen to how this went.
Loud noises. Hold on 1 second. So they, Blaine, I want to tell you about this. They dropped the film. I don't know if you watched on Netflix. It was actually pretty successful.
That's where it started. Okay. So he started talking about the Leave the World Behind, and then we went into this conspiracy. This is a long video. It's like an hour. So become a member on Blaine's channel, and you can go and see.
Okay.
Yeah. You said okay, like you need.
Oh.
You're gonna say.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I'm asking. So you didn't have anything to say?
No. I was in.
There's
there was something.
There's examples of like supernatural events happening to mass groups of people that didn't cause mass rioting and chaos. You have the it was the dancing sun in Portugal. There was like 500 witnesses of the sun just sort of flying around throughout the sky. Or maybe it's 2 suns or something like that. And then there was Spring Heel Jack in London, which was this gigantic man that could leap like 12 feet in the air and had this glowing chest and a cape or something like that, and this weird face with glowing eyes. And he was all throughout the newspapers, but people, as far as I'm aware, weren't rioting in the streets because there was this weird, they were just like, oh, there's a weird person running around. So
yeah.
It was a different time too, though. Like, wasn't the... So I think Spring Heel Jack, wasn't that like 1600s or something? That wasn't like okay, 1800s. And the other one, the dancing sun thing, wasn't that like
that was recent actually?
Wasn't okay. Then never
like
mind. I thought that was their
years or something. Miracle of the Sun was 1917.
Okay, I thought it was much longer than that. Much longer ago than that, I should say. I guess the argument would be like now you've got like up to the minute like live news where you know everybody back then you always just heard a report this happened, so it's like, oh, okay, well we're fine now.
But I think nowadays we have stuff come out and the sort of cushioning blow is that people immediately dismiss it. It's this sort of like, or they're like, oh, that's a government thing, and then once you hear, oh no, that was real, you're like, oh really? And so maybe like. It's all speculative.
Maybe we're jaded now.
But we have a lot of these videos, like the gimbal footage of UFOs from 2000. It was released in 2007, and it was only in 2021 that the Navy confirmed that it was real, and people were just dismissing until then. And then it was only 2023 that there was actually the congressional hearing on it. And the video from 2007 was taken in like 1999 or something. So and there wasn't, as far as I'm aware, mass rioting at any point in that like 25-year period.
We've always had, you know, these spectacular legends. We've had travelers' tales where, you know, stories about people going to faraway lands and having fantastical adventures, and people would believe them to a variety of degrees. And I mean, it didn't upend reality for any given people. It was something along the lines, you know, Cameron was saying, you know, where certain people will dismiss it, other people will believe it, but you move on with your life.
Yes,
was
we
a
are going
UFO
to talk
shot
about
down near my
the
place, and
stuff
nobody's,
later
like,
on.
overreacting.
We're on aliens first, Kim. Are you going to come on for the other?
Well, real
Yeah, we're
quick
on
about
aliens.
Nintendo basically probably doesn't have a suit, because the thing is that the trailer for all this, the thing that initially kicked all of this off, was like 3 years ago. So they had time to shut it down, and they Nintendo is not court shy, right? They love sending all kinds of cease and desist legal actions against different people. So the fact that Palworld has gotten this far probably means there's nothing they can do about it.
I haven't been paying attention, I guess, but is there actually any rumors of Nintendo taking any action against Palworld? Because it doesn't seem...
No.
It's today. Today it was
an investigation of some kind.
Because it
also
sounds like like Koromon and all those games have been out for years, and they've never really cared. So.
No, it's most we'll get to it, but it's mostly
Also noteworthy, this is Japanese copyright law, not American.
Right.
So at the most, Palworld might not be able to be sold in Japan, but that's it.
Okay.
At most.
Well, we'll talk about it then. Shush, naughty. We are talking about aliens. So Cameron, you actually were involved in the you knew a lot about.
I personally shot down the UFO above Mayo, and
that whole thing, like that whole argument. We had a similar. We had a discussion about aliens previously at some point, and there was also arguments about whether it's real or not. That was the contention. But actually, Well,
unfortunately, I don't think I really have anything to add, because nothing seems to have ever come of it. It's just they never found anything, and I mean that's not actually unreasonable. There's a lot of space here. Like it is hard to find stuff. There's airplane wrecks on some near in the Colony National Park that you can hike to. There's several days out, and you just sometimes can find them in the bush. You just find a crashed airplane, and it's like nobody knew it was there for however long. So
there's lots of strange.
That's crazy to me. You'd think that they picked that up right away.
Yeah, it's like if you fly from basically where you live to where I live, there's this massive, it's just endless mountains.
Well, yeah.
And if you lose something in there, like, I don't know, I guess if you were doing like a grid flight sort of thing, maybe you'd eventually find stuff, but there's just so much ground to cover.
I guess it depends on what exactly is lost. If it's like a Cessna, or if it's maybe like a F-16, I guess. Maybe you
don't. Or like
don't.
a Chinese lantern, or whatever they
Yeah,
shot down.
yeah.
And if it just completely deflated, if it was a balloon or something. Now, the one thing they did say back then was it didn't behave like a balloon at all. It seemed very rigid, but in the moment, it's hard to say, I guess, what you're seeing and what happens. And you think the pilot would be like, okay, I shot this down here, so we have a radius to search in. You think that would really increase the odds of finding it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, also another thing about the evidence itself, because we are actually kind of primed not to believe. We're primed to be skeptical. So
not around here so much.
Yeah, I suppose.
So actually, I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but in the 70s, there was a guy, he lived out in the woods, and he used to go out at night and just look up at the stars, and he'd see shapes, like blotting out the stars in the darkness. He's like, there's UFOs everywhere. And he was like talking about it, no one would believe him. And then there was a woman a few years later who took a picture of one of them, and the NWT Air Force commander came to her and said, give me your camera, and he took it from her.
Ooh.
And it turned out about 20 years later that the United States had been testing their drones above the Yukon and NWT because no one lived there. So they're like, here's an area where nobody is that we can test drones. And so there is things out there. And I know quite a few people that have UFO stories, and they could just be the United States still testing drones up here. But there is this sort of people see things, I guess, is the... Yeah.
There you go.
Makes
sense to me.
But in general, you're saying people are predisposed to...
Yeah, this possibility is not new to us. guys, the mammoth just started fighting everyone. Oh god, everyone's dying.
Actually, there's
Sorry.
I don't know. So, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I just want to know everybody's what they would do.
So if aliens
move
came
on with
down
my life.
and
Yeah,
I would
move on with your life.
move on with my life.
Okay, and also a question
in
is,
the
do
news.
you?
And
Yeah.
follow the info that's being fed to
Do
me
your
by
best.
my favorite YouTubers.
Keep calm and carry on.
Do they have better employment and housing over there?
Will they feed us?
they have better medical technology.
I mean, I've been asking all stream, do the aliens taste good? Because if they do, then I'm pretty sure we're going to war.
Have you been watching Delicious in Dungeon?
I have not.
Huh?
Okay, you have to watch it. It's
There
an
you go.
anime. I know anime stuff. Okay, well, I guess the aliens, we're just not contentious about the aliens. Although, Cameron, yeah, okay, wait. Last question. Okay, do you believe in aliens? Do you think that they have been here? And yeah, first let's do that. Okay, so Catrew.
I'm agnostic. I was like, I'll wait for other
you
people
don't really
to
know.
work it out. I don't know. I don't care. I'll let everybody else work it out.
Okay. Yes, don't know. Yeah, I think there's a lot of just I'm comfortable with not knowing. I'm okay with it. I feel like I guess I'm just used to not knowing shit, so I'm fine.
Oh, what's it called? The
Charles is busy. We'll ask him after. Cameron.
Skinny Bob. I just want to. There's some footage that's really interesting. It's called Skinny Bob, I believe, on
Skinny Bob.
YouTube, and it was released quite a long time ago, I think. Although someone's re-uploaded it now, so that's that's unfortunate. But I think the original video is something like 16 years old, and it's a lot of CGI experts say at the time this would have been really expensive and really difficult to make.
Irrefutable. But we don't need you to prove. So these things have been proven to you.
No. I think it looks super fake, actually.
Okay.
But it's probably the best footage we have of aliens, if there are any. But
what is your feeling of them? That's what I mean. Like, so you have these.
So what I'm getting at is that my feeling is that I think there are definitely aliens, just because the universe is massive. But as in aliens that have contacted Earth and come here, far less certain, even more less certain now that the government is acknowledging all the UFOs and whatnot, because at that point it does sound like they're trying to deflect away from military craft or something like that. Or maybe that's just being like extra conspiracy theory minded. But then I do think there's something going on, but it could be something more like extra dimensional entities, as in just other humans, but we're sort of seeing those. So I think there's something weird. I'll say that, I guess. There's something weird, but it could be something that's already on Earth. It could be a different species of human. It could be different dimension of human. It could be,
I think,
Atlanteans.
That is
like
one of the
imagine if you're a tribes person in the Amazon, right? And you see all these airplanes flying over. You're pretty sure humans have made those. You've never met them, but you're like, that's probably a human type thing.
Yeah.
But you're not interacting with that nation. So if there was another nation that was even more advanced, because the Amazonians don't know how advanced we are, they just have a rough idea.
Mm-hmm.
There could be another group of humans that live underground or live someplace we don't go. They could be in like the Nahanni Valley or something. They could be more advanced, and that we could be seeing their craft or something like that. And we might not be the most advanced humans on the planet, this society. So something along those lines. I do think there is a.
But the whole thing of like the cover up, because people that is one of the things to fight about is that, they're covering it up. They would never let us know. They have the proof, but they would never let us know. That was part of what sparked the argument. They have the proof, but they would never let us know because they don't trust us with that.
I think the reasons they wouldn't let us know would be because there's something about the aliens that is devastating. Like, the aliens have proof there is no God, or the aliens know that the world will end in like 5 days and they would tell us about it, or they're looking at them drives you insane. Like, I don't think it would be just the existence of aliens alone. It would be something to do with, we're afraid that we're afraid these aliens are delicious and people will cause them to go extinct if they learn about them. Like, it would be something, but I don't see a reason why we just sort of randomly not talk about aliens, because again, I don't think the panic is actually justified. It could be, and I think it's a useful cover for like weapons testing, basically. Is
that's the only thing that I would think is that they're just trying. It's in terms of what do you call it, like
security?
Reasoning. Yeah, security. It would be just because of the technology and
the other thing
trying
could
to
be
keep knowledge.
That if let's say the United States reveals they've contacted the aliens, they'd be showing to China that they've done it, and then China would be like, oh, we thought we were the only ones with aliens, and now they don't have that hidden edge. And so that could be another reason not to reveal it, because you don't want other nations to know that you have this extra edge, like the United States.
Yeah, that's it. It's a power thing, yeah.
They if you look at aviation,
technology.
like Lockheed Martin's, how'd that work? Lockheed Martin's capabilities and stock like quadrupled in like a tiny time frame. I don't remember what it was. Right around the time Area 51 was founded, it was something like that. And so there's this theory that they were able to make their advancements by studying the alien technology, and therefore revealing aliens would reveal their source. And then, you know, when they exploded the first nuclear bomb, Russia was like, okay, we can make that. And so if you reveal you can steal from aliens, then suddenly all the other countries are like, we can steal from aliens. So you want to keep it secret for that reason. That would be the reasons I can think of. Yeah.
But wouldn't we be more advanced than we are now if we had alien
stuff?
Well, a lot of weapons, like, so during the Ukraine-Russia war, Russia revealed that they had these hypersonic missiles, which the technology hadn't been revealed to the world before, and these things can go from horizon to horizon in like seconds. Like I saw a video of one, and they're scary, they're terrifying, they're insanely fast, and you don't want to reveal your full capabilities before then, so you could be holding them back for military purposes, and then you trickle them into the society, or you find that it's more useful to you know, you can make more money treating cancer than curing cancer, that sort of thing. You might find it's more useful to have I don't think there is a mind control technology, but you could say it's more easier to have a mind control technology than tell your citizens you have one and improve their lives by curing depression and something like that. If they had a mind control technology, you think maybe the writing would have been worse then in the States with their whole thing. But there are reasons that you would hold back for not in the grand scheme of history, but for a sort of geopolitical time span of 50 to 120 years type of thing, right? Just to sort of when China invades, suddenly you whip out your laser guns and they're like, whoa, what?
Okay.
That's one of the positive silver linings of a world war would be everyone pulls out all the stops and you get to see what technology we actually have, which Russia did slightly with the Ukraine war.
Okay, so that was me and Cameron and Catrew. Gray?
Yeah, I definitely believe that they're unidentified flying objects, but I have no clue about aliens. I'm agnostic. I'm basically stealing Catrew's answer. I'm not sure, and I don't care that much.
That's okay.
Like I heard all the reports, like when was it, last summer or something? Never really wanted to look into it or whatever. But I don't know. It just kind of sounded like a dude was getting reports from other people, and that was what he was bringing forth. But it didn't seem like he had like direct information about it.
The main guy was just getting reports from other people, but Lieutenant Graves was firsthand. And Lieutenant Graves on his YouTube channel also interviews a lot of firsthand accounts. But I don't know, sometimes they seem like people that just want attention, so it's kind of tricky.
Yeah, and I'm just not sure that it's, you know, not what you were talking about with like drones and stuff. Like perhaps it's next gen drones or just something that we're not sure about. But
Lieutenant Graves himself as a psyop, just to. I mean, it could be totally.
Is that the joke? That he is a psyop?
I don't think so. He seems quite genuine, but that's what you'd want from your psyop agent. Right?
Okay. I guess we're way too reasonable over here. There's no fun.
You've got to be conspiracy brained enough to not fall for conspiracies. That's a secret.
I mean, Dorkus may be unreasonable. We don't know yet.
Yeah, come on, Dorkus, tell us.
The most unreasonable one here, most certainly. Look, if the universe is as large as we think it to be and as old as we think it to be, and if we can reduce the calculation for life down to a planet has to be this far away from a sun in order to sustain water, liquid water, to then create life, it seems entirely reasonable to suspect that there might be more than one planet in the whole of the universe throughout the whole of history that would be able to sustain some amount of life. That does not necessarily mean that life is capable of living long enough to get to the level of technology that would be required for interstellar travel far enough to find and seek out the other planets. So I'm skeptical that there are aliens on Earth.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
With your sort of like Fermi calculation of the universe, an interesting thing is currently, we could be wrong about this, but it seems like Earth might actually be one of the oldest planets in the universe. Like our solar system might be one of the older solar systems, and because we're still in the very early stages of the universe as we understand it. So even if life is likely to appear all over, it might not be time yet. Like we might have been the first or one of the first. Now we've had so many mass extinction events on Earth that if another planet didn't have those, they would have a couple million years on us all the same. So there is that.
I mean,
fight.
Repeat that, please.
Which part? All of it?
Well, because my mind was going to go to if we are the first, which I totally agree could be the case. Then would other aliens that came out after us have the time and ability to develop the technology to have traveled here already?
Yeah, and that would be probably not. Or it could be that there's totally different tech trees, if you like, that you can go down. And we went down like weapons of mass destruction and like computers, because I think computers are some of our most advanced technology. But and then another alien intelligence went down like light speed travel. Or I mean, there's so many sci-fi novels, like the idea that if you dismiss science, teleportation becomes possible. And so
if you dismiss science, you just take it. What, like, no,
so
we're
science
done here.
is just this arbitrary construct of axioms that humans have created, and no other species in the universe did this. And so they're all able to teleport around the universe, but they need humans' help for war, because humans, using their science, have been able to, like, everyone is teleporting cavemen, but humans are these like hyper advanced. They've got machine guns, they've got nukes, they've got tanks, they've got airplanes.
That's fun.
Yeah, I think there's a few stories like that. I can't remember any names off the top of my head. The other thing about aliens that I think is, you look at like the Hopi Indians in the States, and they have like the Star Children story where they're descendant from people that came from the stars and dropped them off on Earth. And you have the ancient Egyptians had this idea that after you die, you follow this path along the spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy.
Ancient aliens?
Yeah, but
is that what you're going? Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I mean, my profile picture, but if you were reading a story or watching a movie where you heard all these myths and legends and stories, you'd be yelling at the characters on the screen for being so stupid, for not seeing, obviously these mythologies are referring to actual history of aliens. And yet we have all those stories and myths and legends. And it does, the Tucana people I mentioned in the chat, they have a story that they were brought into the middle of the Amazon by a canoe with scales along it that flew through the sky, and it was driven by someone called the helmsman, and he came with the daughter of the sun. And to me, the daughter of the sun sounds like a fusion reactor, you know, and like the helmsman sounds like the captain of a ship. Now, if that story is correct, I don't actually think it's aliens. I think it's more like Atlanteans or something. But
okay, so like a different species. Yeah. Okay, so we could have a whole argument about. I don't want to argue about proof and things like that. Actually, I actually just want to talk about. I guess so.
Okay, so
really
I can talk
does sound
about
like
Atlanteans
you believe. No, like you believe it. And I'm not saying like, look at him, he believes. I'm saying, so when, because Zax is talking about this debate over here. There's no diagram for that. We can't diagram it. That's a problem. Okay, it was just yelling.
Just throw some spaghetti on the screen.
But what was your experience of the revelations? Did you just grow up believing in this and then you didn't?
No, I'm a very, very rational person by nature. Like, and I don't mean that like, oh, I'm so sensible. I mean like the philosophy of rationalism. Everything has to be based from foundational results. And I had this belief when I was younger that if you set your mind to anything, then you can figure it out on your own. I can't speak Latin, but from nothing, basically, ex nihilo. And so I was like, okay, how does a scorpion work? Like the Roman artillery piece that shoots rapid-fire ballista, basically. And it's like, I can figure this out on my own because I am a rational being, and rational beings can solve anything. So when I was like 12 or something, I just tried to figure out how a scorpion worked. But as time went on, I realized, well, there's a lot of gaps and holes in knowledge, and a lot of things we look back and we say, oh, I can't believe we thought that. Like, you look at, in the 1800s, they had this beautiful green paint they put everywhere, made with arsenic. And then wait, everyone's going crazy.
Kind of, yeah.
And nowadays we had the COVID response and people's reaction to it, and I don't know what you can say on YouTube now, but what people may or may not have had reactions therefrom. We probably think of a better example, like
leaded gasoline.
Yeah, leaded gasoline.
IQ has gone up since we went to unleaded.
Yeah, that's great. Leaded gasoline is probably the best one because that's basically there's CFCs are another when they're invented by the same person.
We added lead to begin with.
Yeah, these what ifs. Okay, he answered a question for you.
Drives me crazy,
Cameron. Like, okay, so there is this stuff, but the what ifs then come along. So what if they are so different? It's irrational pursuit. So you've had these thinks before.
Oh, right. Yeah. So just to finish off that rationality thing, basically, I don't think rationality is a sensible. I think that I think it was Jordan Peterson. I'm not sure who said it, but it was perfect. Lucifer is the angel of rationality. I think was perfect because you can see very far and it's a very powerful tool, but you have to have room for humility. And so I've just sort of changed in that aspect of humility. Like the example I can give is, what is the sound of one hand clapping? And rationally you say, okay, the sound of one hand clapping is nothing. Therefore, the sound of two hands clapping is nothing because 0 plus 0 is 0. And so that's my rational counter argument, I guess, right there.
Okay. To show you that rationality isn't this all-powerful thing.
Yeah. And so as for believing in these things, I guess like Catrew, I'm open to the possibility. I'm agnostic, but I am agnostic instead of saying I know that it didn't happen, I guess. Like, but I'm much more of the belief of humanity having once been at a height equivalent to now, or maybe slightly higher, and that have been lost, and so we're seeing remnants of that potentially. That would be more my viewpoint. But as for if you're not able to interact with aliens, so there's this interesting. It's possible for life to exist inside the sun, because there's potentials.
Charles is
just disproving me.
Yeah.
But
is it?
You can.
A common thing, like, can people not one hand clap? Sorry, I'm just like going like crazy here. Like, I thought it's a thing, like just
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know. Like I can clap, but
no. But the point is,
it's
like,
not
you
super
you
loud.
slap the air. You know?
All right,
Okay.
fair
Like,
enough.
yeah,
It's
the
just,
one hand clapping is it's a cone. What
okay.
is the sound of one hand clapping? And the idea is clapping as in you're just sort of moving your hand sideways through the air rather than like clapping it together, that sort of thing.
Simpsons
Okay,
joke.
I'm saying, like
There's a
one-armed
I have
people
to-
can clap, sir.
I have to do it in the chat, but it's a Discworld where Death answers what's the sound of one hand clapping like this, where he just.
Yeah.
says
What
it's a
if you
flute.
just? That's one hand. I'm clapping.
The rule
That's
book doesn't
another-
say you can't use your face.
Well, that's another. Actually, that still demonstrates the whole rationality.
I need the fine print for clapping.
But to answer Nico, if the aliens were impossible to interact with, then they would be even less impactful on humans, I think.
Yeah,
Because then
that's
we just
true.
treat them like, because like right now, SETI,
They're
they
an
search for
unknown.
extraterrestrial intelligence. They're trying to speak to whales, and we kind of just dismiss it as like, well, they're just whales, right? So
Mhm.
it's this sort of
Can you imagine how just
yeah.
absolutely deflated aliens would be if they traveled all this way to talk to us
Us. Like, this is it.
and we're us?
Well,
What's
surely
TikTok
they would
like
talk
where you
leap,
come from?
right? And they would be the best representation of everybody.
We'll just show them the Barbie movie and it'll be fine.
Oh God. They're actually watching us and like, why are you guys so obsessed with this thing?
I think that's why they haven't interacted. They're like, don't.
They're like,
don't
you know
talk
what?
to 'em."
I think I'll just step out. Yeah.
well, they could be dangerous, yeah, but the smallest possible, like the things that we think nothing about could be so alien to them, like that they would be fascinated by it. Like
Perhaps.
I saw this post. It was saying if someone from medieval times teleported to them, like was time traveled to the modern era, you think they'd be fascinated by your phone and your computer and your car.
Well,
but it'd be
it's
the
like-
spice rack in your kitchen that they would have their mind blown.
It's like those closed off what is it in the Amazon where
Like the uncontacted tribes.
yes, the tribes that like they leave them and as far as their tools and stuff are concerned, it's like the friggin' 12th century to them with what they're doing. So anything that if they were to encounter anything that is normal for us, it would just be completely foreign and unthinkable for them. So
Alien.
who knows? Yeah. I mean, if you're figuring out a way to travel God knows how far, so like that's just getting here. Who knows what other type of technology they have that we would just be dumbfounded with. So yeah, it's all rational. Relative, excuse me.
I guess we just have to deal with what comes. That's the thing. Wow, I must be subconsciously absorbed that I'm what?
Oh, Darling put that link in there. Basically, I did a Bart Simpson bit from the 90s. I know I've seen it before, but I totally forgot that. But fair enough. Apparently, I'm Bart Simpson. I had the same thought process. Like, no. But the sound of one hand clapping is just, it's one hand clapping. Apparently, I'm simple. So sorry.
That's like what Charles was talking about. That's like the prime directive of Star Trek, right? The
sound of one hand clapping.
No, what Charles was talking about, the as the right of each sentient species to live in accordance with its normal cultural evolution is considered sacred, no Starfleet personnel may interfere with healthy development of alien life and culture.
Oh,
Such
maybe they have
interference
that
includes
rule.
the introduction of superior knowledge, strength, or technology to a world whose society is incapable of handling such advantages wisely.
That's cool.
Aliens are just peeping toms. That's all.
There's a book called The Far Side of Evil, which the idea is that once humanity has decided to get rid of all their nukes, then aliens will contact them. But until that point, they're too afraid to deal with them, basically. So it's this idea of, or it's any species can join the Federation once they've shown they're mature enough to not use nukes. basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is another
Blame
good
Oppenheimer.
reason for aliens not to deal with this.
Axel does not give a crap about what we're talking about.
They like to watch.
Oh my gosh! So is that your theory?
What? Who?
That they like to watch. They're just there, but they're just
Yeah,
watching.
they come down. They're like, let's see what those crazy Earthlings are doing again.
Okay, so I guess that's aliens. I guess we still don't fight about it. It's fine. I'm okay with that.
People would go crazy if there was aliens. I can't believe you guys are saying they wouldn't. What's going on?
Okay, so
There we go. Well done.
That there would be a riot? Like,
What?
Cameron, it sounds like you're thinking there would be.
React differently.
There
I
would
think that
clearly
there
be a
would
riot.
be
I can't believe you're dismissing that. There wouldn't.
Well, I don't know if a lot of
No,
people would.
really,
I
what do you
think Lofty's thing of apparently being like shell shocked in his bed for like 12 hours. I don't know that that's going to be everyone's reaction. You know, like
Well, clearly he'd be rioting though, and that's at least one person. So
No, he would have. He'd been in his bed.
not
We're
for
gonna
12
go and
hours.
fetch-
He wouldn't be
Like,
rioting.
there's gonna be a plan. I said Blaine has to go and fetch him. You're Americans, got to take care of him. Go and
It also,
you know.
it depends how the alien, like the information is rolled out. Is it via invasion, or is it one alien, that's coming out with the president
Yeah,
saying,
talk
"Hey,
show.
we exist on a talk show"?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
or,
the thing. I
or
also want to know
suddenly
what would the proof be for you?
Are you just like
Would you
walking
believe
down the street and suddenly you see two orange blobs of goo just traveling by with fedoras saying "top of the morning" to you? Very, very different introduction to the idea that aliens are among us.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be like among us, infiltrating, and then it's like, actually, no, hi, we've arrived. That's it. And there are questions, of course, the existential crises that we would encounter, but no more than is already possible. We already have the ability to drive ourselves crazy with thoughts. So
yeah, we're pretty well stacked with crazy.
Yeah.
The one thing I thought was if aliens came down tomorrow, or even let's say AI took over and it's suddenly able to create anything on the spot, whatever happens, it wouldn't change the fact that, I've got a sore back in the morning and I've got to figure out why. And I've oh man, I had that fight with my friend. I got to go and deal with that.
Cat is
and,
going mad. Continue.
It's when your life's in chaos, you want to change to be like the thing that breaks everything and then you focus on it entirely. But it's like if the aliens come down and there isn't instantly a war, your life is still your life. You still have to deal with the moment to moment to moment. You still have to eat the same food in the morning, and it's like the change to you becomes this sort of, I don't know where I'm going with that exactly. It's like you still have to, you still have to brush your teeth every day or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like you still have to pay. You're probably still gonna have to pay taxes. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless the aliens are like, here's our magical technology that fixes everything.
It's our magical communism.
Rejoice, a stab in the heart. I think.
Yeah, what if they know how to supersede money?
Look, the existence of aliens is proof that communism can and should work, and we must make it happen.
That's actually what we're waiting for. If we can prove that communism works, then we'll be in the Federation, right?
Maybe. But that could actually be, that would be probably what Dorkus just said would probably actually be one of the results of aliens existing. It would be everyone would use them to justify everything.
Yeah.
It'd be like
just the answer to everything.
It'd be like, well, clearly I'm correct in my theory because aliens.
Don't you understand? The existence of aliens proves that unbridled capitalism is the way to go.
Yeah,
it's just gonna. Yeah, that's true. It's just gonna be the default then.
Yeah. And everyone's going to go to the aliens and do like those little, like everyone went to ChatGPT and is like, is this based or not? They'll go to aliens and be like,
these
so feminism,
aliens
what are your thoughts?
Are woke. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be everyone's little petty grievances of the de jure, Yeah. Nobody speaks French, right? Nobody knows what I just did.
No. I don't know. I'm sure you guys did French. Americans
Du
speak
jour,
French.
They do Spanish, I think, right?
What?
I don't know, actually.
No, Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish
French?
and German. Maybe some people
Or the
take French,
Canadians
but
do
not
French.
very often.
The Canadians.
Yeah, we do French in Canada.
Yeah.
And
My
after 9 years, I
school-
know no French. It's terrible. At least at my school, it was.
My school
Stay away
offered
from
French,
Montreal.
German, and Spanish. Do schools teach Latin anymore? I don't think so. I know they used to.
Yeah, no,
Why?
not since I was in. I mean, I didn't get it either. I didn't get the option. I don't know if my parents had the option.
Now, the next topic is this. Okay, so sorry we didn't fight. Get your platoon killed in Xenomorphs. You see, we're just not gonna. Hi, Copa. This is the next one. Speaking of aliens and whatever, Chapelle. He's an alien. Tell us about this. I love that you suggested this topic. I watched the latest Chapelle special, and it was funny. Yeah. Take us away, Charles.
Well, for those of you who don't know, I am a comedian, and perhaps I take issues when it comes to stand-up a little bit harder than others. But there's been a lot of YouTube content that has been suggested to me in the last couple of weeks, and what's the term I'm looking for, Catrew? It's not reactionary. What is the term I'm looking for?
Oh,
I don't know.
no, just gosh, well, we had something. What was it? But they're outrage YouTubers.
Yeah, so they're content creators who are ill-educated in the art of stand-up comedy, and there's been a swath of Ricky Gervais and Dave Chapelle are not funny, and Netflix and their millions upon millions of dollars and these sold out shows would say quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Just because you don't agree with the satire and you're taking it as reality and a true story doesn't make it not funny. You're not approaching it as satire, as humor. People like Dave Chapelle have been pushing boundaries for close to 30 years, if not more. Just suddenly there's this new thing to get up in arms about, and it's frustrating. Go ahead.
It's not exactly like, oh, let's cancel them. It's like it's a different kind of tactic, it seems like.
Yeah, it's not funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and now it's not funny. It's not that, oh, they don't deserve to work or anything. It's just like, no, they're not cool. They're not cool. It's not. This isn't
I don't
funny.
think it was about pushing boundaries. I think the people, when they liked Dave Chapelle, it wasn't, oh, he's pushing boundaries, he's so edgy. He was pushing society's boundaries, but now he's pushing the boundaries I hold dear and I hold sacred.
That's probably it.
That's a good, yeah.
And whereas you as a comedian, you're like, I don't care. I want them to push my boundaries because that's what I like, living on the edge there. And I think that might be the difference.
Yeah, and these YouTubers, these ill-educated, I'll repeat that over and over again, ill-educated in the art of stand-up, because they watch a video and it's a hot button topic, so they'll throw their 2 cents in, talking about what is and is not funny. They don't know anything about the person, because they're judging this person's stage act based on something very personal to them and isolating one small portion of an hour-long special where they don't know the human being behind the performance. And Dave Chapelle specifically used to have a trans female as an opening act who stuck up for him quite a bit and is no longer with us.
Because
yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't want to look into, they want to judge satire as reality, as they're being slighted, but they don't want to look into the actual human being and just how much is true and how much is written for the stage. And if anything, Chapelle's latest special, titled The Dreamer, the way he closes that set could be the most heartfelt, warm way I've seen him close a show, where he basically says, you know, I'm here for everybody. And, you know, I'm paraphrasing it a bit, but this hot take outrage clickbait culture thing is really losing track with what stand-up is about, and it's kind of pissing me off. And it's pissing me off because I'm getting ready to start doing it again. So I'm getting nervous.
Your interpretation of the closing bit on there, it is so different from, I think it was Kat Black's video that just came out like 4 days ago, but she just interprets that bit completely differently. I really need to cut that together, and I think I need to get you to react to this, because I think it's the exact opposite. But you know, you do have a little bit of I don't know, I'd say more authority, but yeah, I don't know. I would just be very interested in your opinion on that. But
wait, how could she possibly have taken it?
I really kind of want to surprise you with it.
Oh my God.
I'm excited to see this.
She had a completely different take on it. But yeah, like with The Dreamer, for instance, on Rotten Tomatoes, it gets 20% from the critics and 83% from the audience. So I don't know. Like,
it just
it's not
doesn't matter. Like
yeah.
The fact is that they are just saying it's not funny, but it clearly is, because people are enjoying that content, right? It's successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not funny, tell me why. Tell me why is it not funny?
Like, no, but it can be. But
no, not you. I'm just saying these people who are saying it's not funny. Okay, well, tell me why it isn't funny. Tell me what's wrong with the structure. Tell me what's wrong with somebody who's been doing this for longer than you've been alive. Tell me.
Well, it's not fun. Well, it's not funny because he's using his platform to punch down against people.
Actually, that is one of the arguments. The other one, he's specifically attacking disabled people this time. And it's like, okay.
Is this a new one, or like the one that was in 2019? Or
so it's 2023. I think it was December 28th or something. It
was late. It's
was
not
like
even
right
a
at the end of
month old
December.
yet, I think. Yeah.
Okay, neat. Might have to check that out.
It's, if you like Dave Chapelle, he's doing it in the same place that he did Killing Him Softly. So it's kind of cool. It's sentimental to him, and I don't know. It's kind of a fun version. I've liked this more than the last few, but yeah, it doesn't get quite as high as the closer. That one had like a 95% audience score, where this one gets like an 83. So
they're very similar to me. I enjoy both of them.
I would say he closes it with a sentimental feel.
Yeah.
Once, like, what do you call that thing? Corollary? Whatever it's called. To what Charles
Darling.
Where most people
That was very good.
Wait, what?
I mean, you'd have to be kind of short to have to punch up, but.
But yeah, Charles, you were saying that most people like it, and so this doesn't. Well, actually, I'm not sure what the. Okay, what I'm getting at is that just because a lot of people like it does not mean that there isn't criticism to be had about something. But
for sure, and I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
The criticism that I
but if
also
the criticism
kind of
is
heard
lazy
was,
and just it's boring because it's boring, then there's.
And it's not that; it's that he's pandering to a new audience that is an echo chamber, essentially, and he has gotten extremely political. So I don't know. I was going to ask you, Charles, like, do you think he's been super political on this, or is it just because he dared make jokes in one issue now it's political?
I think he's taught. I think his material reflects what he's dealing with, and he can do an hour about 15 different subjects, but if he talks about the trans community, he'll only hear about that trans joke. And I mean, as far as a writer is concerned, for people to say he's not funny, there is a line in there where he makes a reference about a weapon that identifies as a different weapon, and that's a brilliant joke.
In the middle of like another story, it's just like a little punch in there. It is hilarious, but yeah, and he keeps doing different callbacks in there too. The Titanic joke, he also pulls back to that. It calls back again later. Like, I don't know. I thought it was really skillfully done. It's one of my favorite ones, and you're right. It does have that like sentimental thing in it. But he specifically references punching down, and he specifically chooses like the handicap and stuff. That's why I think it's just like so disingenuous. It's like, okay, so you guys say that you understand what a joke is, but I don't know. I'm just not sure. The other criticism that I heard was that this time it's not honest. Like the closer, or excuse me, killing him softly was honest, but this time it's not honest. It's just pandering. So
who?
Does this seem new to you, Charles? This kind of criticism? Like I'm thinking, I don't know the history of comedy so much, but I imagine that comedians back in, let's say, the 90s were getting a lot of pushback from religious groups saying like, "Oh, you're terrible. You're doing this. You're doing this."
Yeah, I mean, well, comedy,
don't swear in your comedy.
It's always about pushing boundaries. I mean,
so I guess, do you think the risk is new? Like you were saying, you're worried about going back into it, but do you think it from that perspective it's changed, or do you think maybe with the internet they're more able to act against you or something like that? Or
the blowback, the volume is louder on criticism
because of social
because
media?
well, before you had like letters and mail, and it worked very differently, obviously, than social media works, where everyone's kind of already on Twitter, and so they're really easy to. Well, I say everyone, but I mean the people, all the outrage people anyway, are already on Twitter. So then it's really easy for them to get and share their opinions on.
Plus, everybody has
outrage.
Everybody has both a camera, access to the internet, and a way to post what is from that camera on the internet with in the same little device. And you can have a comedian.
You get rewarded for it.
You can have a comedian who does something tonight, and with the right person in the audience, that is a big deal. Tomorrow,
like, stalked and harassed and everything else.
Or for better, for worse too. I mean, because it could be an amazing bit, and it's shared, and then this unknown comedian becomes huge because the right person was in the audience, or it could go south.
I would say
it's usually the
7
south.
times out of 10, it's for worse.
Yeah.
Has Chapelle responded to any of these criticisms in a sort, or like?
He does it in his act. He does it in his act.
And is it just like nothing new to him because he's been doing it for so long, or is this something new? Like this is another level? Do you think? I have not seen it. Does he?
He made a joke I don't know if it was the second to last special or what, but like I said, he used to have an opening act who was a trans female.
Yeah, Daphne Dorman. She was awesome.
And she's no longer with us. And the fact that the trans community not only gave her shit, but him shit, he kind of lost respect. Granted, not everybody's like that, but the loud minority really rubbed him the wrong way, and he's decided to devote some of his set to that. And this is a guy who had one of the funnier sketch things on the Chapelle show. That sketch show was so it pushed so many boundaries. I mean, it was Dave Chapelle as a blind Klansman, except he was black.
Mhm.
Like it was just so next level.
That was hilarious. I remember when that was. I watched that live when it was new. It was hilarious.
To say that he's not funny is just insanity. It's insane.
No, he used to be funny, but
no, he's not funny anymore.
Right. That
I guess that.
I think not liking him is totally fair. Like it's like, oh, you
oh
don't
sure.
like him. But then if you're saying, oh, he's changed, and I guess that the question is, has he changed, or is he now just going against the stuff you like? And I see that.
Yeah, he's always been edgy. He's just doing edgy stuff that you don't like now. And it's fine if you're not into it, but he's as sharp as ever.
That's it. I think that is what makes it so shitty. Is that, like you said, now he is now he's too edgy, or now he's being unfunny or trying too hard or pandering. Whereas before it was just because it was the right thing. I think
I've seen people go the too far to Dave Rubin. He was getting a lot of hate for years before I stopped being interested in him. But I was watching his stuff recently, and he seems to have turned into, maybe this is just the wrong clips I'm seeing, but just a sort of the left. Am I right? Sort of, and that is definitely something where you're like, that isn't funny, that isn't interesting. But not I'm not talking about Dave Rubin's comedy, but his I'm
like, oh, he does comedy.
Yeah, he is a comedian.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder. He says he's a comedian, but if you see him on stage,
he performed that one gig.
Right?
It's hacky to be polite.
Yeah. But
I mean, what was it?
Dave Landau's bit.
No. Why can't I think of his name? The big guy on Spotify also says he's a comedian.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Joe
Rogan also
Joe Rogan is a comedian. He owns a comedy club in Austin.
Well, yeah. No, but I mean, no, that's not what I meant. I meant
I was gonna say he's got six specials.
He is a comedian. Let me rephrase that. Not like as in a binary sense, but did he
Joe
become
Rogan's
non-binary?
I'm just saying, how is comedian binary?
No, I just meant did he gain his popularity through comedy, or is he like a part-time hobbyist kind of comedian in the sense that
he found more success in his podcast than
he wants to be a comedian, but it's not really where he sees success.
He's more successful in his peripherals. He was on news radio, and then he parlayed that into Fear Factor, and then from there UFC commentating. I think that's where he gained most of his fame, and then people wanted to hear him. And his podcast is pretty awesome. He used to do it in the back room of a comedy club, after his sets, in the Ice House, and then it grew to what it is now. So I don't know. He definitely is a comedian. I don't think there's any part of what he does that you'd say he's not, but fair enough. That's probably not his most lucrative thing.
Yeah.
Well, it just meant where he wants to be a comedian. He sees some success as a comedian.
But he's the podfather.
Yeah, but everything else that he does is kind of what he what he is, and a comedian is what he wants to be. And so I would say do you know what I mean? Like he's chasing that comedy dream, but he's not really seeing a lot of success there.
He's gotten a lot better at it, man. Like he used to just hump stools, and now he's got like some bits they're thought out. I mean, he loves aliens; they're usually involved. You know, it would have fit right in with today's theme.
All right.
But I don't know, man. Like it's.
I mean, because every time I've seen clips of him, I just see some guy who's trying, but not necessarily succeeding.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if he didn't have as much money as he does, he might be a little bit harder to discover. But because he has so much money and
also connections.
Yeah, and he literally owns a comedy club now.
He has done more for the comedy community than I would argue almost anybody.
Right.
Like his club is like killing it right now, and he's offering like everybody that works there is pretty much a comedian or attempting to be one. So they all get stage time, and then he's cool with people checking out for them to go do a set somewhere else, coming back in and clocking back in. He is just very accommodating, and he's actually giving them like a livable wage too, which is
nice,
crazy compared to like what it's supposed to be. I'm sure Charles has some horror stories.
Pay, what is that?
Yeah.
Good for the exposure.
Wait, yeah, you if you want like steady pay, you have to do road work, and that sucks.
And there's a huge Rogan bump if any comedian happens to make it on there, but it is definitely few and far between. It's not the average. So I don't know. I think like he's definitely a comedian and he's done a ton for the comedy scene, but that's probably not going to be his number one accomplishment. I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
Horse paste. That's what he'll be known for.
Well, he's using it. He's using his success on the podcast for success in the comedy, which is fun. I like that.
Yeah. My mom was asking me, who's that far right podcast host? I was like,
far right.
He's a left-winger.
He is kind of far right compared to Canada.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Sorry, Charles.
Compared to Canada?
Dude, like their conservative party is not that conservative compared to here.
Well, the Conservative Party is just an authoritarian party, same as the Liberals. They're just.
Oh.
I don't think either. Like the Liberals aren't actually left wing; they're performatively left wing, but they're just like they're buying new pipelines and doing all sorts of stuff. It's just anyways.
Yeah, it's no different than like Lady Gaga acting in A Star Is Born. It's like, hey, I'm popular in this industry. I'm gonna try doing this now.
Yeah.
Isn't Lady Gaga gonna be Harley Quinn in Joker 2?
Yeah,
I think so.
Weird.
Yeah,
Lady Gaga.
It's gonna be a musical. Can't wait.
You know, that's just what we needed.
Dave Chapelle isn't funny anymore, and I got Vosh was the top result, I think. And
yeah,
that's what
there's been a few articles as well, but
didn't Vosh do comedy for a while?
Please tell me.
I mean, I can see what he's
I'd love to see that,
but I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think that
like say that at one point.
No, his podcasts could often be called comedy, but
what is life?
Huh? What? Gordon thought my character had a penis, and I'll show you why.
Whoa.
Back in some heat, boys. Penis.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's Gervais. I watched. Yeah.
Gervais has been that way for a while. Like
Gervais' one wasn't as great. I didn't have like a huge laugh on it. I must say.
Yeah, it's nothing new, but Gervais has been that way for years.
Yeah. No, I heard that.
Oh man, I gotta get you to react to this one because also her contention is that Gervais's is so much better, and because he's saying this is just a joke. Kind of the thing that we were talking about before. So I'm sorry that I'm ruining some of this, but I need to get your reaction to some of this. Just what you're saying now is the exact opposite of what she's saying. I would love to actually capture your experience with this.
Oh my god!
The problem with Chapelle is that he believes it or something.
Wow.
Like as a mind reading sort of perspective, but
there's definitely mind reading going on, but yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, basically she's pushing forth Gervais, and she knows that she's in the minority, but she just sees that the fact that he's saying it's just a joke means that he's more aware and more with it.
Here's the thing that I was taught when I was learning stand-up, and it was beat into my head. Do not tell them I'm just kidding. They're at a comedy club. They're supposed to know that you're kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah, that's so true. That's like that hairdresser thing where it's like, may I touch your hair? It's like, well, you're sitting in my chair, in my hair salon.
It's like going to a magician and being like, here's the string that connects to the cards. Ready?
Okay.
What?
That's it.
No, you're ruining the show. Guys, this is a joke. Here it comes.
Okay. You're supposed to laugh now.
I mean, it can work for some characters, like Triumph the insult comic dog or whatever. Like, he would keep throwing in there like, I just kid. It kind of works for that type of character, but I think it would just suck to hear that after every single joke for every single comedian.
Eminem song.
Yeah, there was something that I think I spoke to you about, Gray, where Jim Jeffries, he was doing rather edgy stuff, and he did say, guys, we are at a comedy show, so, and then he would lead into something that was a bit hard. And I think that's just a product of modern day outrage where, 15 years ago, you wouldn't have to remind people that they're at a comedy show. It's just so weird to me.
Gosh, like, I mean, in some ways it doesn't. It's just, well, of course, duh. But in other ways, it's kind of crazy to realize that 2019 was 5 years ago. And
that's how math works. I remember.
Yeah. 2016 was, 8 years ago. Yeah. And so just like the world that has changed in that amount of time.
Yeah.
Blaine, we tried to talk about aliens and nobody got really heated about it.
Nobody cares about aliens.
Who takes the contrarian very it's a he even tried.
So,
he even tried to make us angry. It just didn't work.
Yeah. On our show, we're just like,
what do you
life
think?
will move on. Life will move on. We'll get over it. It's all good. Who cares? Unless they have free real estate, in which case it may matter to me a lot.
Yeah, that we'll care about that.
I certainly have a problem with aliens in Canada and real estate.
Well, but okay.
There's something to start an argument.
There we go. I've made Cameron go, wait a second, I haven't started an argument. What's up with this?
Yeah, nobody's really taken the lofty position.
I feel like, but it's not lofty's position isn't like the worst position. It's that is one that will happen, but I don't think it will end the world. I guess his position, what he did have of what he did think about was he did feel like as if everything would just fall apart.
What percentage of people are lofties, and at what point
there's
does
going to be
their
a
belief
percentage.
cause society to fall apart?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. What percentage of people are lofties? Good question.
I would have to imagine it's less than 1, but that still could be a lot.
Less than 1. Gordon, you've been talking to your friend, so you're being ugly. Did you guys hear it? Okay. I'm glad you guys could hear it.
Indeed.
Tim hasn't answered a direct question since, well, maybe never. Shame, Tim got actually quite overwhelmed, I think, after a while. Because it was just a bit of a yelling match.
There were a lot of dots on the board, so to speak. He threw out a lot of ideas. I guess it would be tough to try and defend them.
So, with getting back to the contrarian stuff, or the comedian stuff in general, the Gervais, though, I watched a video earlier today in order to prepare for that, where somebody was saying that he isn't funny anymore because he's leaning too hard into politics and outrage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was one of Cat Black's stances as well.
That before he was it? They said that he would have dialogues and whatnot on stage, but that they were snappy and funny, even if they were controversial. But like now, he is like, They go on forever, and they're just not funny.
Yeah,
basically.
like, but for the not funny reason, they weren't bad, but it wasn't like, woo.
Yeah, that's Ricky Gervais. That's his
What
thing.
did you think of him initially?
Yeah,
it's just good. It's just like hee.
It's Ricky Gervais doing Ricky Gervais. I mean, it's not revolutionary by any stretch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming it was a bit, but he does open that Netflix special by saying he's trying stuff out. And that is the opposite of what people do when they're recording a special. You have something polished, and you know what works and what doesn't, and where you place.
You've tried it out everywhere else. Yeah.
But Ricky Gervais has been known to subvert some things. So
yeah.
What I got from the Ricky Gervais special was like, he was like, haha, look how edgy I am. Like I was feeling that it was like, look, because everybody gets so outraged by me, I'm so tough and I don't know, and edgy, but you're not. So it's like he's so it's not that edgy stuff. You don't. It's not you. There's no shock value to it. This isn't like what's a Jimmy Carr or anything like that. You're just like, okay. So it felt weird that it's like he comes with this premise of look how edgy, and then it's like actually no.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he projects really well, but he's got an inferiority complex. There's a clip of him when he's talking to Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld, and Chris Rock, and he talks about not going for easy jokes because they're hacky, and Seinfeld's like, if people laugh, what does it matter? And,
Shane Gillis is great. We also watched Shane Gillis this weekend.
Yeah, he is
I
amazing.
enjoyed that. That was a good one. And the thing is, we'd actually seen most of that in clips from YouTube, but we just laughed at it again, actually. There we go, Blaine. We actually enjoyed something we watched basically twice. Blaine doesn't like watching things twice. He doesn't believe in that. Go and watch more content.
Stand-up comedy is incredibly easy.
Who said that?
Calvin.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Can confirm.
Really? Okay.
No, I can't. I really can't.
I don't know.
You get the laughs. You get the laughs.
Jesus,
So,
I don't know if I could do it, man. I would be so.
So is that all that matters, though?
Kitty stand-up stream.
I would just have a laugh button.
I just wanted, like, is that all that matters? Like, I don't know.
Laughs,
or
yeah.
would some sort of honor in there? I don't know. I guess, like, there always will be the hack comedians who can get a joke or get a laugh, I should say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, some people just like the sound of a room laughing, so they don't care how it happens. I mean, I've seen people do.
There are people like that, even if they're not comedians. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like making people laugh. I don't like, remembering something that I read in some joke book and then spewing it out to a bunch of strangers, because the fuck do I care? Like, why? If it's something that you thought of, and I don't know, people are different. It's really hard. Everybody does things for different reasons. So yes, some people probably don't really care, Gray. They just want to do it, and they feel special using hacky material or other people's material or whatever. Although that's one thing you don't really see in comedy, is like a stand-up cover band.
It's a lot harder now, for the same reasons that you can get canceled so much easier now. Like, there's just proof. You can bring it up at your fingertips. Like, this is his bit. I don't think you'd get another Mencia, but I don't know. Schumer was accused of stealing a bunch of bits.
Yes,
for,
that's actually
Amy Schumer show.
You can't be a that's not a good thing to be, is a cover band for that.
Like, unless you give credit for it. All right, this next one.
Oh, this one's from
You may know this next one from George Carlin.
So I don't know if the laugh is all that matters, then I don't know. Isn't he being successful? Because the audience is all laughing at every one of his jokes. It's not like he's bombing or anything. Either Gervais or, any of them that are. So Matt Rife is also considered like one of the Netflix comedians who is also being edgy for no reason and pandering to a new crowd. Kind of the same accusations that both Chapelle and Gervais are getting. So the crowds are all laughing at it, though, and they don't appear to be like fake jokes in there. So then, are they successful? Is it just hands down like these critics are wrong? It's subjective. The audience is going with it, so they're good.
Netflix keeps paying
them. Well, that's another thing we can go back to the Oscars about, because everyone seems to think that Barbie now needs to clean out because everybody enjoyed the movie and it did well at the box office. But
the Oscars are not.
That's not how that. Yeah, it's not about box office numbers.
The Oscars aren't for Joe Sixpack. The Oscars are for fucking.
Should it be? Hollywood. Should it or shouldn't it be?
Well, the Golden Globes are pretty close to that. The Oscars are something completely different. Stop trying to make the MTV Movie Awards. You already have that. But I just thought about it. Doesn't Netflix also pay that Australian person who's a performer?
Yes, Jim Jeffries.
The other one, the one who is slightly less laughs. Yes.
Hannah Gatsby.
Yeah, that's the one.
Slightly less.
Yes.
Almost feels.
Yeah. Yeah, her audiences seem to laugh too. So
that's
is she right? Is that comedy?
It's on Netflix. It's on a stage. It's a one-woman show.
That must be really blackpulling as a comedian. Well, what's your take on that?
Well, who? Hannah Gatsby?
Yeah, Hannah Gatsby.
You know what? We're never going to work together, so fuck it. I'll burn this bridge.
You're like,
I'm not a comedian.
Phones you up tomorrow.
So that's what I was going to ask. Like, is it comedy or is it like a one-person show? Is it the evolution of comedy? Because a lot of comedians have done one-person shows, but they generally don't say like, this is a comedy set or this is my comedy special on Netflix.
Yeah. See, Bo Burnham kind of like blended the way people perceive things like that. So if people think that Hannah Gadsby is what the future of comedy is, it's not comedy. It's something, call it something else. Chapelle, Ricky Gervais, people like them, they're performing stand-up comedy. Comedy is satire. There's jokes in there. You're supposed to laugh. There's structure in there. Hannah Gadsby does not have stand-up structure.
I mean, there's a couple of callbacks, but yeah, I hear you.
It's the same thing with Hasan
Minhaj. Fascinating. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Stand-up structure is fascinating. There were papers. There's academic papers written about it and everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to piece together some of that myself.
Oh, are you? What are you going to write as the thesis?
No, far from it. An antithesis. No, I don't know. Like, so Charles, would you think that, so Chapelle is moving a little bit more towards storytelling than he initially was? It feels like there's big chunks of this new special that were kind of storytelling. I think there's a way that you could kind of form that into essentially a one-man show. I think he's just doing like kind of littler jokes and tags and callbacks.
Oh yeah, he sprinkles tags and callbacks and stuff in there. I mean, he's not hitting a punchline every 3 sentences, but he's still sprinkling.
Oh, for sure.
A longer form of the stand-up structure, whereas Hannah Gadsby or Hasan Minhaj, I don't know what the fuck you call whatever the shit that was. Well, I'm going to tell you a story.
So I've got another one that I need to get your reaction to, because they're basically defending Hasan Minhaj and saying like,
awesome.
No, you don't understand. Like, it's just a joke. Like, when you're on stage, you don't have to be honest. But they don't seem to hold that same thing to everybody else. It just seems to be in that one case. But yeah, sorry, I've sidetracked that. I don't know. I was just wondering if like storytelling gets to essentially you could compare what Gatsby's doing as a bunch of stories. I guess I don't see where the jokes are, but maybe that's just me.
If I was Hannah Gadsby and I did the exact same material, would anybody care?
I mean, you could probably find a little theater to perform it in, but probably not.
I think a lot of it has to do with representation, and it's I hate saying that, but it's, you know, why can't you do traditional style comedy? Why whatever it is that you're doing, if you take that material and put it into somebody else and it's not generally well received or accepted for that matter, is it comedy?
Slight tangent there.
I'll never work again.
Have you seen the movie Yesterday?
Yes.
Yesterday. Yes.
I was waiting for someone to do that. Thank you.
That's the guy who like steals the Beatles stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, the premise is a struggling musician gets hit by a car, and he wakes up like however long later in a world in which the Beatles never existed. So he starts singing their songs, and suddenly he becomes as popular as the Beatles. But this is set in what, 20?
Yeah, modern
18,
day.
19,
yeah.
Some modern day. And my understanding is the original premise for the pitch, or what this story was based on or something, was this idea that the character would be unable to become successful by singing the Beatles songs, because the Beatles were such a specific sound in a specific like political and social era that it would be impossible to recreate that. Now, that's not what the movie ended up doing, but what you were saying, Charles, about whether or not you could do the exact same set as Hannah Gadsby, is an interesting think.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. That is why we keep Dorkus around.
But Hannah Gadsby is not to comedy as the Beatles are to music. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Performance is so 100%. Much of it.
What? I think so. What are you talking?
I don't know, like a few of the criticisms of Matt Rife, like the person who's criticizing him actually like acts out his joke. There's just so much in the actual performance. Like you can make anything bomb based off of your performance and your inability to tell a joke.
And that
I don't know.
To the essence of the individual, I suppose, who's delivering the message, right? One's individual quiddity, their
but you could say that Hannah's the only person that can perform her joke, no matter how good the other people are.
Probably. It's the only one that will perform it the way that she wanted it to, or
right. I mean, that's why we go to the theater and see different performances every night, or different actors in the same roles. We enjoy seeing what those people bring to it.
But to agree to like Charles's point, you could say that no matter who was performing it, it would be bad, rather than everyone brings their own thing to it, something like that.
Right.
Now, I haven't actually seen her performance, so I can't speak to it. But just
it's not a comedy. We can't even talk about it within comedy. It's a social studies thing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just such long gaps.
It's traumatic, and I get what she's trying to do with it, but that's not comedy.
Right.
She's using comedy, but she's using the what do you call it? The vehicle of stand-up comedy to make a statement, an emotional statement.
Yeah, the environment, the vessel of a stand-up comedy show is not where that needs to live.
If it belongs in a sociology study or something. If anyone can make a joke bomb, can someone make any joke good?
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes from like a certain delivery. Like a lot of open mics, you can see people, they don't really have jokes, but just their cadence alone will get a laugh. I think you could.
The classic example I can think of is just you, like talk to an old person that has their favorite joke that's really dumb. Like my a family friend, she has what's the difference between normal chess and Spanish chess? So you just yell Spain every time you make a move, and she just bursts down laughing whenever she tells this joke, and everyone just can't help but laugh because she's laughing so hard at this dumb joke. But so it's kind of like that. But if that was your career, that would be that'd start
surprising.
Getting a bit. I don't know.
I'm very easily entertained, as Blaine has pointed out to people. It's very easy to make women laugh. So,
then you see people that laugh at something, like that's why they put laugh tracks into like TV shows and stuff, and then you stop and say what was funny, and they're like, oh, well, there was people laughing.
Yeah,
there was who was it? I think it was Bill. No, not Bill Burr. He died.
No, he didn't. I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Not Bill Burr. No, I'm talking about
Norm Macdonald?
the community. Norm Macdonald. That's it.
Thank you.
Norm. He did his special like online before he died. Yeah. Oh, after he died. Yes.
No, he released it after he died. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was released after. Yes. So we tried to watch it, but because there's no one laughing in the audience, we couldn't. It was too sad, actually.
Yeah. COVID destroyed stand-up. Destroyed stand-up for a good while there.
The fact it wasn't funny because there was no one laughing sounds kind of like a Norm joke on its own.
Well, yeah. Well, laughter's contagious too. It's really weird. Like I've had good shows.
Stand-up for a empty room and then putting a laugh track in there. I mean, it's not the same.
Yeah, no.
So you're saying laughter is contagious? Yeah.
Yeah, because if you were to do a set for an empty room and then throw like canned laughter in there.
Mhm.
When you're on stage and performing, your timing is affected by the reaction you're getting from the room. You'd really need to know what type of laugh tracks you're putting in there to know when to start again and react to it, because somebody will have a weird laugh and you're like, oh, it's way more a live experience than it is something that you would watch on TV. Although you do watch it on TV, you watch a recorded live performance. So,
but you get to watch them feed off each other all the same.
Yes, the crowd is just as much important to a stand-up, performance.
Yeah, it's like a group work.
Right. It's give and take, and you're figuring out, the timing. All right, when do I go next? I mean, sometimes they don't laugh, and you're on to the next thing quick, or sometimes they laugh longer than you're mentally trained for, and you have to actually hold up for a second or two or whatever. It's all the crowd is just as important.
Yeah, a comedian that is in tune with the crowd performs way different than really even the same comedian. But I mean, you can also see it with other comedians that are not, right? That are either like that don't have the crowd or are fighting against the crowd, or there's a completely different energy.
Yep.
And flow to the bits.
Indeed.
What I want to ask, well, is there anything further we want to do on this one?
And then I found $20.
And then you found $20.
Nice.
A friend of mine, whenever he tells a shitty story, if he doesn't get a reaction, he would always end it with, and then I found $20. Like that would make the story better somehow.
Nice. I like it.
That's a cool story, bro.
I had a feeling it was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Just idiocy.
Well, I'm ready to talk Palworld, as you can
imagine.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Gray, we're gonna have to hook up, because the more you talked about it, my blood is still boiling from.
Yeah, I happened to be listening to it while I was working out, and I know what you mean.
Yeah,
it gave me an extra intensity, if you will.
They keep the testosterone levels up.
For another day. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Oh, Palworld.
Yes. Let's see. What does everyone know about how proficient in Pokemon are you? Because I wanted to play. Is it a Pokemon?
Name that Pokemon.
It's like who's that Pokemon? Who's that pal? Who's that pal?
Well,
probably name about 10
you would
of them.
have to throw in. To make this a whole bit, you would have to throw in like Dragon Quest and Digimon and.
Come on, Digimon, digital monsters.
Yeah, but the whole point.
Digimon are the champions.
Yes. And so the point is can you pick out what is Pokemon? What are the different IPs? Which ones they belong to, kind of thing. Because part of the problem with Palworld is coming under is that people are saying that it's super close to. At best, it's super close to Pokemon, if not actually violating copyright.
So for the most part, I've stayed out of this, and I don't know anything. Is it just Pokemon with guns, or
No. I would say it's more like Ark Survival with Pokemon is way closer a description. In fact, to the point where I don't understand. Because people talk about like Minecraft and other things, and I don't see what are the unique elements of Minecraft that are not present in Ark Survival that are present in Palworld.
So you're saying this criticism should have happened
creepers?
beforehand. You creepers.
No. Well, there's that. But do they have creepers in Palworld? I don't think so.
I have no clue.
I mean,
we have enemies to fight in Palworld.
Well, yeah, but like, because in Ark Survival, you say it's like an off-brand Swiss Army knife. They didn't invent the knife. Yeah. But the interface, like everything, it feels like a reskinned Ark Survival. Like 90% of it feels like Ark Survival.
Oh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the copyright topic specifically about the gameplay, or is it about the designs of many of the pals? Because a lot of the pals look exceptionally close to existing Pokemon. Like,
do they have the clown guy?
Mr. Mime?
Wolo looks very
Mr. Mime.
Lamb.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Do they have a Mr. Mime? Because that would be the deal breaker right there. Like,
for you?
Okay.
I haven't come across him. Ask Blaine. Blaine's got more hours in this than me. I'll let you guys know I'm on it now.
So as far as the art goes, I think that what is it? Like Apple tried to sue. I guess they did to a certain they did win to a certain extent, but Apple tried to like copyright or sue Samsung for like the style of phone, for copying their style of phone. And it's like, it's too basic. The style is the candy bar style of phone, right? Like just a flat piece of metal.
Did they?
They won.
They won in Samsung.
They did to it. No, go ahead.
Samsung trolled them so hard because they lost, I think it was a $5 million suit, and they sent them $5 million in pennies.
Yeah.
It's legal tender.
They did win. They did win. I say to a certain extent, because even though they won, I don't feel like they
Samsung
won
at
all,
as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I mean. Is that it didn't prevent anything else new from happening.
Well, penny shortage.
Or depending on where you are.
Okay, right? What is that is patent? Okay,
patent is an invention.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu,
as opposed to copyrights,
which is an
intellectual property.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do they have any parody legs to stand on? Is this a satire or parody of Pokemon?
It's not. No.
Okay.
I think that. Some people have said that, but I think that is incorrect. I think that the game is earnest, and it is not a Gosh, I don't understand how you could classify it as a satire of Pokemon, because it's doing something completely different than Pokemon, other than the animal's inclusion.
Can you enslave an animal companion?
Yes.
And listen, okay, can I just I've got it open here, okay?
I think that
Can I just explain to Gray what it looks like?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So I am currently playing, and so yes, there are the survival things. But I can go the one difference is you have to beat up your pal can beat up another pal. But the way that you got your first pal was you beat him up with your fists. You beat up a chicken,
Pokemon.
basically. Yeah. You beat your pal, not Pokemon. Your pal. You beat a pal, and then you throw a pal sphere at it, and you catch it with the pal sphere. That doesn't look.
Sounds kind of unique.
It looks. It doesn't. It's not red or anything. It's blue.
Kind of reminds me of a Ghostbusters trap. Okay, that makes sense.
You can have different strengths of pal sphere.
Why did they go with sphere? Why wouldn't you go with box or something?
Because
the thing is that a lawsuit may force them to change like the mechanics of like how, because I mean
I don't
Pokemon was it Nintendo has a case for certain aspects because let's just say that the animals, let's give them the pass and say the animals are different. Well, they are going for a similar aesthetic using the same game mechanics, right? You throw a ball, the animal goes into the ball, and then there's a chance that it may break out, or that or that the process works. And you also add them to a digital encyclopedia that
Called
you keep on you. Yeah. Right. And so I mean there are PAL deck, right? And so instead of a Pokédex. So I mean there are many aspects to this that might need to be changed, but the core gameplay I feel like won't be affected, even if these aspects are forced to change.
But I mean, like, they kind of knew this was coming, right? So I don't know. It seems weird that Nintendo wouldn't have moved quicker, and then also, like it was advertised, like, hey, this is Pokemon with guns. This is going to be controversial. Get it while it lasts is kind of what I was and what I heard. So I don't know.
It's also like it's with the, I'm just trying to think like the way that this works, like there is a lot that is very much derivative, but the thing is, because it's successful, that's the problem. That seems to be the problem. It seems like, oh, they were like, whatever, just leave it. And people had been asking for something like this for a very long time, and they didn't get it from Nintendo. So somebody else came along and made something that met their needs, I suppose.
Why isn't there a better YouTube then? Or different YouTube?
Because the wrong people tried.
Apparently, William Richards is saying that Nintendo already sued Palworld. Did they already do that? Oh, they're Pokemon mods, so I'm guessing they had a mod for Pokemon.
No, but that, as far as I understand, that was a player-made mod, but they still forced them to like take down, I guess, their their official support for it or something. Because apparently they like, I don't see how, because you can't tell people they can't mod their games, but they can tell how
certain companies are saying that.
Yeah.
Hydra might have a thing or two to say about that.
Yeah. You can see this game is highly derivative. So maybe from that point of view, that's where people get upset. But from a, what are we laughing at?
No, anybody can mod the game. It's just whether or not you're going to face consequences for it. Is the real issue.
I remember when Nintendo went against the Pokemon Uranium mod. That got pretty popular.
Uranium? What was that mod?
What? It's one of
the really powerful one.
It's one of the higher quality Pokemon mods. It's like a whole game, and with new Pokemon and stuff like that. And you can't get it anymore, but you can update it if you already own the launcher, I believe, because they're not allowed to distribute it, but they're allowed to work on it or something weird. It was this very weird, like, or they're just skirting the law and they're risking ending up like Gary Bowser.
But I do know that game mechanics is a very different set of legal issues and arguments than character design. So
patents are very, very hard to get on video games. Well, they're hard to get in general, but they're really hard to get on video games because you have to first define the mechanic exactly, and then you have to demonstrate, you have to prove that nobody has done it before. And the thing about video games is there's generally a game from like 40 years ago or 30 years ago that someone already did that idea. And the only way that you really get them passed was stuff like the Nemesis system in Shadow of War was
I love that.
The reason they were able to patent it was basically that patents can be determined by like a sort of jury, I think it is, and they don't necessarily, they're lawyers and judges, they don't necessarily know about video games, so they didn't know about any sort of previous things. And patents only last a very short time as well. It's like 5 years. So Pokemon, it's way too late to patent as far as I'm aware. So it would have to be on copyright grounds. That they
tell that to Phil Fish.
Was he doing game mechanics, or was he doing?
His game took just inside 75 years to come out. I was being a moron. Don't mind me.
He did this. He like got angry at a bunch of people. And,
that's a really subtle way to put it.
I don't remember what he was the Fez guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of blew up at a lot of people a lot of times.
Yeah.
He was Elon Musk on Twitter before it was cool.
It's been so long I don't even remember what he did.
So what people are trying to do here is they're trying to say moralize and say people must not play this game now because it's too similar.
Boo.
Well, what is the political stance of the creators?
Well, they're in support of AI, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's now the contra. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like, wow, something was successful and it wasn't yours, and now let's find reasons for it to be a problem. I don't know. That's what I feel like. There's definitely a lot that you can criticize this game for, but then, cool. What do we do now? Like, okay, and still playing it. What do we do now? So that's just
And then there's the Asmongold, and him saying,
what's he doing? What is he doing?
I remember him making he had this quote going around where he was talking about, well, like, artists' opinions on AI don't really matter. And from a, what is it, like, if you're looking at it. Yeah. Well, I think that his point, right, is that it's not, what is it, like, it's a kind of practical, kind of realistic look at how, what is it, not that we shouldn't care emotionally or morally, but that it's not going to, like, capitalism isn't going to care. Like, we're like, the vast majority of consumers are going to just buy the game with or without the knowledge about AI.
Yeah.
They're not, it isn't going to matter. So the opinions of artists on the AI in Palworld isn't going to affect its sales.
So quality has
not significantly. Sorry,
they're getting better at doing hands. The quality's going up.
But these pals don't need hands, you know. They got little. They're Kirby hands.
I think that, what is it? The art, whether the art is good or not, will be the determining factor, not whether or not it's made by AI or not.
Yeah, that sounds fair. But this is Palworld's plan to use AI art. I guess. Sorry, I was trying to read Japanese copyright law, but I was
I mean, that may happen, but as far as I understand, the AI controversy with Palworld is completely fictional. That it's just
it's Cope.
Right, it's Cope. That AI, that these designs for the pals were put in like 3 years ago, before AI could have made the designs. That AI art 3 years ago wasn't good enough to make the designs that were released those years ago.
Why is the internet so hooked on copiates?
I don't know.
So this company that made the game Palworld, Craftopia. Sorry, Pocket Pair they're called. But their previous game Craftopia, I don't know if any of you saw when it came out or have seen since or played it, but it was basically a really janky ripoff of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I saw something on it, but I didn't play it personally.
This company does have a history of jank and also of imitating Nintendo. But
sure,
is
it at all parodying or satirizing?
No, it's more like you want to play this on the PC and you want it to be multiplayer. Here you go. But it's not. Doom clones were a thing way back in the day. Everyone's like, "That's a Doom clone. That's a Doom clone. That's a Doom clone." And I think, like Breath of the Wild was revolutionary in how it put everything together, but it's kind of just a Ubisoft game if you get really reductive, and like the whole Far Cry style game.
I suppose.
So I don't think from a copyright perspective they're in trouble, but I guess what I'm getting at with the they're very known for jank, yes, and it's kind of weird that this game is actually such high quality, their second game, and so them using AI art, I'm not surprised really. I don't think they're that big even.
So are they that close to it? Like, are they using any of the big ones, I guess, as well? Like, are there Pikachus out there, or is it like kind of the lesser known ones?
Do you have one on screen, Kitty, that you can? Yeah. Because the lamb ball is pretty close to Wollo or Woo.
There are, yeah.
There's something that people have made.
This one you're getting that ready, which is Vulpix and Flareon basically together. I mean, whoopsie. Sorry, that's Daisy.
Oh dear God.
Oh yeah, that does.
Oh yeah,
look very, okay. Wow.
I hear.
And there's Leafeon, basically, but that's why I wanted to play. And then put the names right. Lamb Ball. It's a ball of lamb.
But it's not. I mean, there's only so much you can do with animals.
Yeah, exactly. That's why on Twitter there was a beautiful tweet. It's like, how could nature do this? Or how could Nintendo do this? And then there's a picture of a fox and then Vulpix next to it. Oh no, it was how could Pocket do this? And then there's that fox that I just showed you, and then a fox.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually.
I love that. Yeah. It's really good. Let me find the link.
But yeah, check out Koromon. It's a 2D game, but it's very much trying to be another Pokemon. And the character designs are the best of those sort of games I've seen, that they look like Pokemon. But I guess they look like their own kind of Pokemon. Like they do the same, take an animal, take an element, and then you get
let me show you.
But they don't look as close as the Palworld stuff.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
But I also can't find any stuff about Nintendo actually suing them. I think it's just fan.
No, it really is. They've actually taken.
Oh, today?
It's actually, yeah, that's the thing. That's the news, is that they've started to do it. So, how could Palworld do this? Nature has only Nintendo has the right to use the image of a fox. This is a tragedy. Didn't know that Pokemon designed foxes. So this is like it's a kind of argument that you can have. As well, yeah. How dare they? Sorry, have I added it to the screen? Sorry, I have not. So I'm having a good time over here on my own. Here, this. Where is it? Let's go here. Yeah, also this is a good comparison. Look here, it's like, oh, well, they got foxes in their video game. Uh-oh. How dare they? Another one is, Firefox has a case.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
This is the thing that starts it. This is only Nintendo has the right to use the image of a fox. This is a tragedy. How could they do this? So then how dare they? So lots of people started making they're like, oh my God, plagiarism detected. You see, they've started making a whole bunch of comparisons along the way here. Ha ha!
It's not like Nintendo's suing; they're just investigating the game.
They're investigating, and I think it's because the fans see as this Dragon Fest.
Honestly, this argument doesn't carry a lot of weight to me, because there are, like, you can't do a yellow bear with a red shirt for Winnie the Pooh.
Wait, was that Tails?
You can if you put it in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Well, but even there, it's the original Winnie the Pooh and not the current version of Winnie the Pooh. And it's the same with Mickey Mouse. You can't do something that looks virtually exactly like Mickey Mouse. So like that is, well,
like I can
You're
see
scrolling.
that there is a resemblance.
there is a limit to what you can do.
That's the thing. They've really skirted it. They have
So how did
skirted
like Deathstroke and Deadpool and all that? Like, how is that allowed? What was going
Those
on there?
are two
There were
very
lawsuits.
different. Yeah.
Very different. They look the same. They have the same powers. They
And
their personalities are different. But
what are the names? They're so damn
Fight,
close.
fight, fight, fight.
no, Deathstroke was actually no. Deadpool was made to mock the guys that made Deathstroke, if I recall correctly. They
I'm
have the
pretty
same
sure
names.
the
It's like-
creator. I'm pretty sure the creator of Deadpool has debunked
Okay, but
that.
then that's a satire discussion, isn't it?
It's like Wilson Slade.
It's Slade
versus-
Wilson versus Wade Wilson. Like it's, I don't know. It seems awfully damn close to be coincidence.
Pal vs. Pokey. Okay, thanks, Blaine.
And then there's Nemu and
I think that
Aquaman, or whatever his name is.
what was his name?
Namor?
Yeah.
So,
No,
so
there's-
now,
The
What do you call
the
it?
Winnie the Pooh.
There's the Lion King controversy from with Kimbo the White
Kimbo.
Lion.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that turned out to be nonsense as well.
The Winnie the
Um,
Pooh thing, Theo, is that there are different versions. There's the original, the stuffed animal, the very earliest iterations of him, and then there's the newer one that most people are familiar with. The early one, I believe, is in the open domain now, but the newer one is not.
and there's so many games that could, but I'm just saying, like, okay, he's gonna
And
say
again-
that Pal versus
Sorry.
Pokey. I like that. So yeah.
And I don't think that Nintendo would win in a lawsuit. I'm just putting
I don't
that
think
out
so.
there.
I think
since it
that's
seems
what
like
most
I'm-
people. Yeah.
But
Does it matter?
I really dislike the well, they're just animals argument, because clearly many of the
No.
designs were pulled from
Yes,
Pokemon,
but the joke
specifically, and
is
not
that
the animal.
yeah, but I think the thing is it's going to ad absurdum. It's like the kind of similarities that the fact is you the similarity is immediate. It's like, oh, it's a monster, that little monster that you can capture. Boom, copyright broke. Like, and there's ones that are elemental. There's an elemental magic system. Okay, it's so common that we're kind of like, that's the joke, you know. And I think it's. But Joe, you're right. It's not a good enough argument
They
because
could.
I think it might be a legal argument though. What?
Yeah.
Pokemon
And
could
my
win in
understanding.
Japan on many designs getting removed from the game. Plus, Japan has no fair use. Okay.
No fair.
I also think Japan has morality clauses. In
It's
their
like, it is
copyright
immoral.
law.
Cannot do. Is that a thing? What do you mean?
It's something
by
I
morality?
heard.
It's weird.
That if something like violates someone's morality. I don't know the details.
What?
It's just
Oh.
something I heard.
Check Twitter demons. I was on the dick sword. Sorry, Discord. Woo!
Some of these Alolan variants are really cool looking. I'm just looking at a list of Pokemon.
They're pretty though. Yeah, so like, but then again, so what happens? Then we go over. I think it's because we went through Digimon, and versus Pokemon, and I suppose I didn't go through the Dragon Quest. What's Dragon? What's the Dragon one?
Dragon Quest was what he said, I think.
Or was it Dragon?
I remember Monster Rancher.
40K.
Something. So here it is. Haven't played it yet. Is it good? Pokemon Power. Listen.
Yeah, Monster Rancher. Yeah.
I do. The argument of capitalism doesn't matter because Theo is he loves Pokemon. We play Pokemon Go. It's a thing. But and he wondered if he should play this game, and I would be like, I don't know. The survival things are, but collecting is a fun thing to do. The fact is, people wanted a game like this. It's not Pokemon. It won't be Pokemon, but it's cute. There's cat kind of things. There's fire kind of things. And then there's the whole Ark survival thing that's put onto it.
I think I agree with Blaine that the game will be fine, but some of the Pokemon creatures, whatever they're called, the pals, I guess, will have to be removed probably.
Yeah.
Because some of them look really. They might have actually been better off adding a Pikachu in the game, because then that would have been obvious parody. But they have these like lesser ones that are just like.
Those ones.
Yeah, look at that. It's like.
Those ones
there's
are pretty
some
bad.
that are close, but there's some that are so far.
Like that
off.
one's really bad.
It's like they didn't put the work in to come up with their own designs. That was not bad. But yeah, the Latios especially. Latios.
But I mean, eventually then it's like, okay, it's...
Because you don't come up with Latios independently. That thing's weird looking. It's like a plane crossed with a deer or something.
So I guess, I think they might change it. Yeah, I can see some of the... But where is the line? Who is going to draw that line? The point is, they've also made money from this game, which is great now. So they can afford a little bit of this controversy in any case. No real parody in Japan. It only exists at the behest of Japan. That's another thing. What happens? Can this carry on in the rest of the world? What is there such a thing as international copyright law? That's not a thing.
Not yet, but maybe in the future. But yeah, I think they'd have a tough time with it here. But I mean, you can try in any case. I just don't know that you're going to be successful.
Where's the game based? The game is not bad. It adds what Pokemon doesn't have. Gives a bit of reality, not just a 10-year-old boy. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It gives you a lot more. You get a base. So you have the mechanism of the types. Okay, I mean, there's a type called neutral instead of normal. Like you can see the different the similarities quite they're quite stark. Like there's different types or whatever, but there's this added thing that they have certain abilities like handiwork or kindling or something that they use their abilities on your base. That's a cool thing. Is that an Ark, Catrew?
He might not be with us. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
In Ark Survival, do you have certain?
What? No, I'm here. I'm here. What do you mean?
I think there's a delay.
Yeah, you have dinosaurs.
And you have fire-breathing dinosaurs.
You have dinosaurs.
In Ark to light fires for you.
Yeah. So does it help you? Is
Yes.
Catrew the only one who's? Have you also played it, Cameron? Catrew's behind. It's so funny.
And you have like robot. You have like
Ark.
robot dinosaurs and.
I love it. It's like he's this old man.
Oh.
You're like,
What do you mean?
hey. Go.
there's a little bit of delay. It's fun. Man.
What? No, I'm here.
And
Come on.
You're here. Just
Oh,
behind.
here. Well, yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's back.
Well, our survival. You do have dinosaurs that you get to like use to do different tasks and set them to help build and help
Your
forage
base, yeah.
and help all this. Yeah. It's very similar. It might be more expanded on what we can do. Yeah.
Can you guys tell me what
Like here, let
happens? What is the history of game clone? Like I was out of gaming for a while, quite a long while. What happened?
There's a game
with clones?
called Tennis for Two that was made on what was it called? I'm starting at the very beginning there. That's a joke. Sorry.
What is the history? What is the history of clones, clone games? Like guys were talking about Doom clones and stuff like that. What happened with him?
I mean,
well, the first major clone was Pong clones, and they caused a video game crash, and it killed off video gaming as a hobby for a couple of years until Nintendo saved it. So they have a bad history to start.
But with the Doom ones, I don't think they were like sold anywhere. Like you basically just had to kind of get the downloads. But I don't know. It wasn't like being sold on like a Steam store or anything back in the day. I just remember torrenting them.
Yeah, so Doom clones became the FPS genre.
You wouldn't steal a car.
Essentially. Not generally, but you know, when in a pinch.
And then you see like Metroid clones and Castlevania clones. Now it's a genre called Metroidvania. So they typically become genres these days when you have someone gets copied enough. And Nintendo, Pokemon has been copied a bunch. They're called Creature Collectors or Creature Tamers or something like that. And there is a bunch of indie games of them now.
Yeah.
But I guess this one is looking a little... Maybe it's just because it's more popular. I don't know.
Am I closer to the... am I
that?
as
Oh
delayed?
no!
Should be better.
I'm getting raid, and there's raids. Do you get raids in
Raid?
Shadow Legends?
Okay.
I'm getting there's these girls
wait.
that are coming to fight me now,
Here,
and they
look
do
at
look
this,
like
look at this.
Mew. They look like Mew. I want to fight them.
Okay. So
Get 'em!
look at Kitty. If you can, I want you to get to a safe place because I wanted to show you something.
I'm not. I have to fight these guys, but I'll try and look around because I can't run very fast.
Well, let's talk to Blaine for a bit. Blaine,
Okay.
what do you got for us?
The very first game, thing, was a clone problem. Tennis was the first game. Pong was not the first game. Pong came out, and then they were like, you're just a clone of us. Like, this has been a thing forever. And at this point,
anybody remember tennis though? Pong is where
it's never first mover. It's always better mover. That's how games tend to work. And at this point, when you're looking at roguelikes, Souls-likes, you're looking at the Metroidvania genres, you're looking at all these different types of games that either become genres or sort of, I hate that sexy purple Mewtwo thing.
It's dead.
Why?
It's dead.
It's got big jubblies that bounce. Anyway. All of these game types exist at the behest of the other company, because when you're a studio and you're making a game, people like your game. They like the feel of your game, but you can't produce another game as soon as they're done playing the first game. And so when you have another company that shows up and makes a game that makes people feel like they're playing your game, and then they're kind of like, oh yeah, I really like this, but I can't wait for that other company to like build up, it almost reinforces your game sales when it comes back around as like, oh, Big Daddy Dark Souls is fine. Like, FromSoft is back to show us what the genre is supposed to be like, but the people are still excited about your genre because it never died. Because a dead genre will completely lose you sales when you try to come back necessarily.
100%.
But I've got to run. I have to finish this bathroom reno. But I just wanted to shout about that for a second.
Yeah.
And good luck with your EV videos.
Thank you. It's amazing. It's like, hey, this works for me and I love it. I drive 60,000 miles. I drive from New York to LA and I can't do that in an EV. I'm like, who cares? I don't.
Well, haven't you considered what they might be wanting to use it for?
Well, I literally said if the infrastructure is in your area, it's fun.
He's not even trying.
It's
he's not trying to say. He's
doesn't
not
seem
trying to sell
inclusive
this.
enough.
He's not trying to sell this to you. He's just like,
I've towed 20 plus EVs at my ranch. Why are there 20 EVs at your ranch? I don't understand your life.
He lives at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. It sounds very strange.
It's great though. I haven't had 100 plus comments on a short before, so now that I'm up to 150 now. It's
growing.
just keeps growing. So
there you go.
And he can't reply to all of them, but he was.
It snowballs. It snowballs.
Exactly.
He was going mad.
All right.
Funny.
Love you all. Kampai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, look, Katie. Now that you got a little bit of free time here, look at this. All right.
I'm allowed.
This is art. This is a
what?
Okay.
Why though?
So I have it on 2x speed and I have the sound off because that's not the point.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, just play. There
Is
we
this
go.
porn?
So, no.
In a way.
So the point is that like you collect
The
the
man knows
wood.
wood.
Look at this.
Now it is.
Inventory. Look, it's because they're using
Right.
Unity assets. Definitely. I wonder what
Breathing
Hydra will be
heavy.
so mad with me for playing this game.
Right. Anyways, so
There's that tower.
Well,
I'm looking at a
where's
tower
the
that looks
tight
just
underwear?
like it. You
No,
hate
Hydra's
Yeah.
not against
Help.
assets. He's against asset flips.
Yeah.
An asset
So-
flip's just where you stick all the assets in a
Right, here we
sandbox and say, "There's a game."
Hmm.
all right.
No, this has got a theme. It's more of a theme. You know, like
Yeah.
they've put more thought into this. I feel like.
No, exactly. So Hydra wouldn't
Yeah.
mind.
That's what I think, but I don't know. Like, maybe this is.
Oh my gosh,
okay,
why is
Catrew's
this?
internet?
Why is this
Catrew,
suffering so
he gets more South African every single day.
Yeah. Oh wait. Here we go. Now it's fine.
I mean,
So,
you could like the fact is sleeping is
Look, he's
Minecraft.
gonna go to
and-
like the he's talking
Hi, item.
forever about something. Yeah. But look at this. Look at the
Berries,
upgrade
stone
tree.
pick.
Right.
Yeah. Oh wow.
The format of it, the way that you earn it. I mean, Palworld is basically Ark Survival.
Yeah.
Does it
yeah,
have
look, yeah.
glowing hexagonal backgrounds in that one though?
Look. There it is. This
I'm
is
not seeing the
technology.
hexagonalness. It seems completely different to me.
And you unlock, and then go to your. You have a party because you should have a party, right? You've got. Oh, you can't obviously because it's a video. Urchins, yeah. But yeah, it just looks a little different. They moved it around, but there's my inventory.
Yeah.
But the thing
Anyways,
is,
yeah,
the
so
stuff
you-
that's in my inventory is
Now,
still
you
it's
can
still
go-
themed. It's still a certain world building that has happened. Like there's something you get little souls and things and whatever. I'm not standing this game hard. It's just that I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I can see why people are hating on it, but I also am like, yeah, but it's fun. So
Why
that's
you
what
hate on
video
it?
games-
Actually, it looks
Hey?
fine. It looks fun.
Let
Yeah,
'em hate.
it is.
If you enjoy it, fuck them.
I haven't been. Yeah, that's the thing that people are trying to moralize this and say you're not allowed to enjoy this because.
Well,
Yeah.
Nintendo has some rabid fans. I think possibly because a lot of them tend to be younger. Like I really like Nintendo games, but if you try to talk to Nintendo fans about the games and you're like, I have this criticism of Tears of the Kingdom. Like, this is a masterpiece. How could you? You monster. And it's so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the joke that Blaine made earlier. It's like you can't like something and criticize it at the same time. That just doesn't seem to compute with these types. That it's it just doesn't. That they're like, oh, so it's not perfect for you, but you play it anyway. Yeah, pretty much. I
You
guess.
like it, but you'd like to see improvements on things that aren't perfect.
Jeez, imagine if that's how you lived your life. You would just have no friends, no humans allowed. Actually, nothing, because what things just have to be absolutely the way that they're height of their potential, or they're out. They're not allowed.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how you are about Tolkien. You know what? But you're self-aware. It seems then you're just like, you know what? Like I know I'm irrational about real time.
that's how I am
Yeah.
about dating apps.
Just irrational, but pro.
Irrational.
All the eights just do not return any of my messages.
What?
There you go. Those 6 foot men.
I'm I'm being an incel.
If they don't improve, yeah. They have. It's hot right now, but this
Being incel's
needs to
hot
have
right
a. No, the
Yeah,
Palworld
I think
is
the
hot
real-
right now. Being
the
played
real-
by a lot of streamers, definitely.
Yeah. The real future of Palworld will be decided based off of their ability to improve the game based off the sales that they've made. If they don't
Mhm.
significantly improve the game based off of this significant amount of money that they've gotten,
Yeah.
then they will. It won't look good for them. I'm not going to say anything definitive, but it won't look good.
Yeah. I'm just.
I kind of feel like if Palworld does get copyright stuff taken down, then copyright isn't working properly, just because it doesn't seem to me that this would be impacting Nintendo as a equivalent product substitution type thing. Like this is
because it's not a product
dream
that
nobody ever. This is a dream Nintendo could have fulfilled but never did.
Yeah, exactly.
Like maybe not the factory enslavement stuff, but it's just that
no.
Palworld doesn't need to be edgy, and people would be loving it because you can finally go around and just have Pokemon.
That is why, and
this is what Pokemon Arceus should have been.
They're trying to put other things on top of it to try and make it something that we're not allowed to enjoy. It's just like, no, we can just criticize it. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to get this. Well, this game doesn't pause, but I'm gonna get out of this game. How do I save?
Only one of my Steam friends owns Palworld, and they're a game developer, so it must be good.
I need to make a dinosaur saddle. The thing is, I haven't been this interested in.
Oh my gosh, you make saddles too?
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you sound like you're playing Ark
make
Survival.
beds for them. No, I considering what I know of Ark Survival, it seems like this is very similar.
Yeah. The way you build structures, the items you have to make, the way you upgrade your everything, the fact that a lot of the gameplay loop is very much Ark Survival, and to the point where I'm wondering when people say that it's also a blend of Minecraft. I mean, what do they mean? Because you have pickaxes in Ark Survival, and you go and you mine for ore.
Yeah, but you mine for ore in you mine for ore in Skyrim. You mine for ore in Monster Hunter. So,
no, but I mean,
and you mine for materials. A survival game seems to have that.
Yeah, but what I mean though is you are, if everything that it is similar to has a basis in Ark Survival, right? Even if those aspects are in other games, why would you not simply stop at saying that it is why would your comparisons not end at Ark Survival if what you're comparing it to is similar to that? Why would you also include Minecraft or Skyrim or other things like that?
Well, I think
the world itself seems like it's a Ark Survival map. Honestly,
it's like a mod for Ark Survival, basically. There's guns. Your monster. No, wait. Do your and you see, I'm calling them youngsters, but do your monsters have guns and stuff?
The dinosaurs.
Because you said there's robot dinosaurs.
There's robot dinosaurs. Yeah.
I think the difference, Andrew, is Pokemon. Those other games are clearly derivative of something else, like Minecraft of Infiniminer and Ark of just survival games in general. And whereas Pokemon has kind of remained unchallenged, and so this is the all the other people are like, yeah, there's the others, but then the Pokemon fans this is theoretical, but Pokemon is.
I hear what you're. Yeah. Sure. No, I just don't understand why. I don't understand why other people are saying. Why are people talking about, unless they're just ignorant of Ark, which I guess could be, but why would you bring Minecraft into it when all the Minecraftiness of it is from Ark, essentially? Do you know what I mean? Why would you not just say, it's like Ark? It's Ark in these ways.
Yeah, I think it's because of the character design that's just caught people's eyes way more.
But Ark is
and Blaine is saying, Minecraft is the big one.
Sorry, Cameron.
Oh, I see.
I was just, there's other games like Ark, but then I was thinking Ark does have all the animals and whatnot, so that does make sense.
Mm.
So it's okay. So it really is. It's not a substantive. It's just to grab headlines. It's just to grab the imaginations.
And maybe also the ARC fans are not as.
Well, Pokemon is the largest franchise on Earth, right? Like not like largest media franchise. It's like not video game, just media franchise.
Kids do yearn for the mines.
So like Arc
is so combine that with Pokemon, and now you've got a headline.
Arc is like some popular semi-indie game thing, whereas Pokemon is something everyone knows about. Like Japan had it like the Olympics, I think, possibly. And like it's massive.
Sure,
everyone knows Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Arc. What's an Arc?
The last time Pokemon, when Pokemon Go was, it's like if Nintendo and I guess Nintendo wasn't involved with Pokemon Go somehow, it would be a problem. But I think it would have still been successful because you want this sort of. Actually, no, I don't think it would have been successful. Never mind. Pokemon Go as a concept had to be Pokemon. I feel like it had to be something like Pokemon for it to really take off the way it did.
Except there is nothing like Pokemon.
Yeah, because Monster Hunter now, that wouldn't have taken off. Something like that.
What was it called? I knew a guy that played. What's their the guys that made Pokemon Go? What is their name even?
Niantic.
Niantic, yeah. I knew a guy back in 2013 who played their first game, and he was really into it. And I was like, I don't get this. What are you doing? And then Pokemon Go came out. I'm like, this is amazing. I gotta play.
She's like, hello. I've been saying.
Yeah,
guys, I'm getting my drawing tablet out.
Yeah, if there is no.
Oh yeah, why? For what reason?
We're gonna play Gartic.
To cheat.
I'm not cheating. It's not cheating. It's you know what?
I will get my drawing tablet out as well.
Okay.
And
well,
I
have
mine.
my phone.
Charles, drawing tablet.
He's got skills, man. He drew a hell of a unicorn the other day.
What?
He doesn't need a tablet.
So I love that we just spoke about it. We don't have many. I don't think we had many arguments to really have. It's just like, oh, look at those people. They're talking about Palworld. Okay.
Yeah.
Why's everything got to be an argument with you, Kitty? Come on.
I want to diagram a debate. I haven't diagrammed in a while.
If you want to argue.
Hey, you know what we can debate is the term sex worker, because that has been going hot.
I love that.
You get Opu X
that
on.
We'll have to do an entire 3-hour thing.
The world's oldest profession?
Well, no, cam streaming's only been around for
okay,
so
the
Zerifax, will you join us for that?
So, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but it derives over the disagreement and the problems are derived from how should it properly be used and where does the term originate from?
How should what be properly used?
The term sex worker.
And what all is encompassed in it.
Yeah, because we were talking, the reason it came up was because we were talking about OnlyFans and we were saying, is OnlyFans sex work?
Not necessarily. Well, I guess everyone has their own standards. Like, I guess somebody could just blanketly say yes. But then if you're doing that, wouldn't you have to blanketly say like ASMR or anything like that is also sex work? So it's just where somebody puts the line.
Of what is sex?
So you haven't read his essays?
Hey? I haven't read.
He has covered this already in the.
Yeah.
No, we're just trying to tread the previous ground, I think.
Yeah.
I think that.
Solid.
Are you trying to induce sexual emotion without any artistic merit?
I think without
if you're
any.
Like a prostitute who dances on the side, does that add like the artistic?
Yeah, so if it's artistic, it's not. So if you're like painting while it's going on, you're.
There you go.
What?
That's art by proxy. Sorry, no dice.
Think copied and yelled at me about
if I played Gartic while also doing some cam work, is that a
If you're telling jokes in the middle of it.
No, it's all comedy. There's no
It is
sex.
performance art. There's a performance going on, but I don't know that it wouldn't be considered sex work. But I think everyone's got kind of their own individual definition on that.
Prompts that are going to come up with this now. Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Where's the link? Oh, there's the link.
It's where it usually goes.
usually.
Is it? Is it?
That goes in a private chat.
Oh yeah, sometimes that where it usually goes is right. You're correct. Yeah, if you don't want to go and open the
Sweet.
or not.
That makes it easier.
There we go. It's here. Oh, I put it there twice. So nice. It's twice.
Ah.
Oh, George, right on time. Woohoo! Guys, shall we just have?
Oh, hey.
George isn't on Discord, so George can't join Gartic. But will he? Will you just watch us, George? Yeah. Because I was wondering whether we risk putting the link in chat because we don't have that many people watching anyway. So you can only do the one. Okay. Who do we have here? Real Mustard.
I haven't joined yet because my thing keeps going past the icon I want.
Lord Cam. Seep Tooth O. Wonder who that is. Catrew's not here.
Sipo Tooth, though.
Can't you link it here?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you know what, guys? It is a risk, but you know what? We'll take it together, okay?
I didn't realize that Kidda and I both have Mike Wazowski's cousin.
Oh, nice.
Mike Wazowski. That's Monsters Inc. for those of you who are
it's a classic.
A little confused.
Okay, Catrew was trying to bring himself in at the same time.
Yeah. So my what is it? My tablet, my drawing tablet was all like, "Oh hey, software update. Do you want to restart?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure. Let's restart the drawing tablet software."
Oh,
no, it was
and
like,
you restarted your whole computer. That's a quadra.
and then it was like, "Hey, oh no, I'm restarting the whole computer." I'm like, I would have said no. Oh well.
Well, that was a quick restart.
It was fast,
quicker than mine usually. Nice.
So where's the link?
It's in private chat and now in the chat. We've taken the step.
All right. No. Shoot. I can't. Okay. Can you paste it in the private chat again?
Oh, he doesn't have the history. Here.
Okay. There you go.
Did Gray's voice get better, or did I just get used to it? I can't tell.
And
Gray's, yeah, I've gotten used to Gray's voice, I think.
Did it change again? Like, I seriously have done nothing. Everyone's telling me like there were filters, but
we got used to it.
It changed. No, it changed. It changed.
It changed?
Back?
What the hell? I seriously think I have gremlins, man.
It changed back. I don't think it's as bad, but it's still different.
This is, I don't know.
Different.
There is nothing that I have changed since we started. I don't get it.
Did you up your HRT?
I haven't upped it yet. I'm waiting for my next
Oh
appointment.
my gosh, it's like it's so close yet so different that it's like an earwig, you know?
Huh. Well, I swear I really am real.
Yeah, sure. I'm a real boy.
Maybe you're his
what
brother.
they all say.
Are we ready?
One second.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's one icon I want, and it just keeps going past it. All right, I give up.
Okay.
I'm now a clown. I don't know.
Wait, you can choose icons?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm
Back
Janet
home.
Jackson. Oh wait, imposter gray. Wait
That's
a
the
And
real
real
gray.
mustard.
Wait
Because
a
real
minute.
mustard is Dorkus. Dorkus has to decide, like, Dorkus has to
Yeah?
be someone else every time. Dorkus isn't here, guys. We have to wait for him.
Nah, it's fine. Go on without me.
Oh,
I'll be
But you
there in
will-
spirit.
We will use Sammy and Sally. Okay. Actually, speaking of which, let me just quickly change.
Okay, do we want to do normal, compliment, knockoff? Let's do knockoff.
Can we try sandwich at one point? Doesn't have to be now, but at some point.
sure.
Well, we only have like
Have yourself
one
a
round.
sandwich.
Or 2 rounds before we have to get out.
Yeah.
So,
So what do you want to do?
let's do knockoff because we can do
Knockoff.
fast rounds.
Keep yourself
right,
focused.
that's
Try
supposed
to
to take
replicate the
medicine.
drawings.
Yeah.
Hurry.
I'll type in my prompt, and then I might have to pause for like a minute.
Yeah, let's do normal. Okay. Darling says you knockoff.
What? Why ew?
He doesn't like it.
Nobody can
Sandwich has
truly
my
knock
vote.
off his works
Oh,
of art.
George, you don't know how bad we are. I've got a drawing pad and it's bad.
All right.
Let's go. Whatever. Let's go.
We're doing knockoff, darling. It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Oh. Ah.
Do, do,
Oh, right.
What
Hey,
are we
it's
doing?
time to draw. We're
Uh,
drawing.
You
Just
draw
draw something.
something, and people have to copy it.
Silence is not violence.
That's good.
Controversial opinion.
Yeah, just to keep it spicy as we go.
So then I'm going to put this little circle here.
Mhm.
Oh. I'll just continue up that way. Yep. Should be good. Should be good. Excellent.
Where's
Everyone's gonna be
Catrew?
doing anything.
No. Okay. There. All right.
What on earth?
Better.
Huh. Okay.
I hate everything about living.
Yeah, we're
How do you
gonna-
There we go.
Surely it can't be that bad.
I think the biggest problem about games designed to
Okay.
Two.
have the
Three
surprise
quarters
and
of the
no
time remaining.
communication is that you can't communicate.
No.
Well, don't worry. We're not communicating at all.
It kind of defeats.
Too
But I mean,
busy trying to
what I
troll
mean
the
is that
screen.
it takes away from the aspect of communicating that is enjoyable about games because you have to be not communicating. I guess you can talk about other things is the idea.
Well, that's why we just make silly noises most of the time.
Yeah.
Talk about
No,
your
but it
inspirations
works.
of your piece of art. Like this is a Monet.
Like sex work.
Usually we
Yeah.
just go, oh no, oh that didn't go the way I planned, and etc.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But that is Kitty's. That is Kitty's life.
Uh-oh.
Does it show in the order that you drew the picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Okay. Nobody
Yeah, it's a
panic.
little like it flashes, you can see.
All right.
Because this would look very scary if it's done in order. But nobody panic. It has an angle once you see it.
I'm kind of scared.
And guys, just remember, the more detail you put in, the more angry you're going to make the next person.
Yeah.
Yes. But you have half your time remaining.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I forgot I hate gray.
No, you made that very clear yesterday when you called me the worst name I've ever been called in my life.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
That was
Okay,
unforgivable.
can I? What is it?
It's Dane.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah. I won't live it down.
Unforgivable, actually. Why are we? Why?
I said that. I said that. It's well known. It'll be on my tombstone.
This basically, I'm drawing this in honor of BMO.
Here lies Charles. For some fucked reason, he called Grey Dane.
He's a Grey Dane, as in Grey Dane.
Yeah,
Come
I get that.
on.
You know.
No,
Dang.
that's wrong. Okay.
Oh, like the dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the
Go.
eyes. I think
Oh, hey,
Cameron's
I'm gonna
too
do
quiet.
this. Yeah.
About a quarter of the time remaining.
Do, 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 do,
Nope.
do, do, do.
Timekeeper Timmy.
What? No, there.
Oh,
This is the
whoops.
wrong pink.
Okay.
All right.
Is there a bucket? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Ooh, that looks gross. You know what?
There
Here.
we go.
Why doesn't the bucket tool fill in the thing you tell it to fill in?
What do you mean? Of course it does. You just
No,
have
it
to make
leaves,
sure
like,
it's
this-
closed.
It leaves this ugly little gap.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
like
don't
it
know.
pixelates.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh yeah.
And then what else? Okay.
I'm sure it's a very complicated algorithm, but
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
to-
yeah.
This is paint.
no, paint just works.
All right.
Oh,
Where's
man,
that?
there was a.
Oh, no. Oh.
No.
Oh, I know. That's. You know what? Fine. That's fine. Do that. That was a happy accident.
Good luck mimicking that.
Okay. This is a masterpiece.
Ding! Ding!
Oh,
Oh wow.
okay.
No.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go.
No,
Okay,
no.
Apple.
What?
Oh, God.
Who? Okay, I think I got Darling. That's the
Okay.
only explanation.
I got Darling Juniors then.
Oh,
Okay.
damn it. Darling Juniors.
Red.
I'm not even gonna. Well, I'm going to try, but I'm going to try at my level of skill.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Then.
Yeah, you got to try and keep the concept going through, right?
Concept.
Okay. Oh no, that was.
Like,
Can you
like
go back and look
wrong.
just to?
Oh, not even my level of skill. My level of skill
It's
with a
all
mouse.
in your mind.
you
You
could,
are the only hope.
Technically, you could screenshot
Right.
it and keep it to the side, but that would be
Now
That'd be super
It's all the
cheating.
fun out of it.
cheating. I think I did that once in a.
Wow. In tournament play?
Oh, okay, that's fine. Lines, whatever. And you know what I'll even say?
This is easy. Well, I mean, it looks nothing like the original, but it's easy.
Yeah,
to find on
that's-
a piece of paper.
Kind of where I'm at. I remembered part of it, and that's about it.
I remember what it
I-
is, but I don't not.
I
what
got
it
the
looks like.
timers way faster this time. That's cool.
It goes.
Hey, don't worry,
very,
you've got
very-
just under half the time remaining.
I wonder if I'll get any of it right, like where the colors went.
This looks
I
more
ask
like a
myself that
vicar
all
than
the
what it was
time.
supposed to be.
Wherever the colors went.
Oopsie.
Where have all
Right.
the colors went?
Oh man. All
That
right.
classic.
No. Wait. So
Stop!
stop. No.
Probably had eyebrows
I don't remember if there was blue.
Okay.
and hair. Was there?
I-
Oh gosh.
I'll add hair just in case. No, that looks terrible.
All right. There we go.
This
I
isn't.
think, and
but-
also the. Okay, no, I'm not going to try and fix that. You know what? It fell over. Okay, things happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I ruined somebody's masterpiece here.
There we go.
Yeah, I
Bam.
did
I
like-
got it.
Oh,
My,
I love that.
mine sucked, but okay.
This is cute. Okay.
Alright. Draw it. Okay. There we go.
Oh shit! I forget whether it was the light or the dark.
This is interesting though, because it's two different skills. It's not just your drawing ability. It's also like a sort of
Memory, and I got none of that short term.
more
Yeah.
like detail recognition, almost more than memory. It's short-term memory, I guess. Yeah.
Short term memory. What is that? Huh? Yeah.
I made
No,
Littlefoot.
I don't think I'm getting this right.
You made Littlefoot?
I wasn't trying to make Littlefoot, but
Don
not
Bluth's
Littlefoot.
classic Littlefoot?
Well, more of a brown
Littlefoot.
version, but yeah.
Wow.
Instead of whatever color. He was gray? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of beige-ish. I think there was some
He
brown
was
in
he was
there.
purplish. He
Okay.
was more purplish grey.
What?
Maybe I
Oh,
just
whoa.
We've got less than a quarter of the time remaining.
Oh,
dear.
jeez. I've done what I could.
Oh,
This
dear.
is Dinky.
I don't think
I need an arm for my man. There we go.
I don't think I
Oh, wow. That
There
did
was-
not go well.
All
What?
All right.
Okay.
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 Oh, dear.
Oh dear. Oh, I love that.
And just about half the time remaining.
What?
Do you spend your time drawing or looking at the clock?
A little of both.
I don't remember what the other thing was.
Oh, there was a third
It was a
thing,
clock.
I don't know.
With the impending doom behind it.
Wow, I totally forgot the other thing in this picture.
Masterpiece.
Yep.
Oh, right, it was like a dog or something.
Oh.
This is just
Ah,
dumb.
no,
It
no.
should be the other way around.
A purple
You
man
should
from Five
start
Nights at
slow
Freddy's.
and then
Oh.
All right.
again.
Memorize, you're gonna duplicate it. We don't have time for this.
But I
Okay?
done just did this.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
I done just did this.
All right. And then same.
Alright.
And less than half the time.
What?
I'm almost done.
What was
I'm
it we had?
done.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Ooh.
And
So you had
Easy. Bam.
not
Time to spare.
mean. You guys had what, like circles?
I tried.
Wow.
Dude,
Wow.
I just screwed up.
I think
What
everyone
the
did
hell?
the same initial picture.
Yeah, but that's BMO's fault. Okay.
No.
And-
I really should show you the meaning of haste. There's no face there.
Wow, I had like twice as much time as I needed for this one.
Yeah,
Do we
I
have to have the
went
showing
a
off?
bit abstract. I think
And
so.
there's two more
Oh,
left.
okay.
Or three.
Okay.
How did someone draw that fast? What?
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm thinking this is Darlings that I have. I don't know.
Well, my guy left a note for me.
Get it right this time. Okay, so we've got 3/4 of the time done. now.
Ray, I will end you with a knife.
Okay. I don't remember what was.
There we
what
go.
was here.
Wow. It doesn't
Wow.
matter.
I love
Everything
this.
is the
I love
same.
this.
I just had not gotten them yet, but yeah, wow.
I
There
don't
was
even
a
think my
theme.
scribble's correct. My scribble's not going the right way.
Be
There was a
most here in
third thing I
spirit.
forgot.
And then
There was a third thing I forgot.
Just a BMO.
And I feel like saying that to you should
yeah,
make a difference. Like I'm saying it higher
what?
in
There we
pitch
go.
as if.
Yeah,
Whoa! What is this?
somebody's got
Okay.
skills.
Skills that kills.
I think
Oopsie.
so.
Oopsie.
Oh,
Oh, we've
No,
never done
now's
one
not the
with
time
this
for
many
mistakes,
people in
bro.
it.
No, because we've only got half the time remaining.
Man, I'm done. There we go.
Well, you've got 1/4 of the time remaining, so
Yay! I also am done.
Easy.
Masterpiece.
so
Okay.
no, I no. Not a fan.
Knockoff. Yeah, for the
Not a
win.
fan. Oh, look, one of the 77 Kirby's.
What?
yeah, but this one's green.
Yeah, didn't you see it being created?
It's like,
Oh,
wow.
now it's
weird.
pink and
Okay, that
white.
was pretty cool.
Wow.
Color.
The eyes are haunting.
Maybe
Oh.
there we go.
Yeah.
Item's good. Go guide it.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
put the
Nice.
smile on.
I'm seeing the through line.
Bye. Bye. Look at me.
No, it
I might have gotten it
started
after
there.
Steepo. Nope, I did not.
I'm all abstract. Just
Guys,
That's pretty
Check,
good.
look how sad
Pretty
he's
good.
getting.
Considering what you were
Getting lower.
working with. Oh
Getting
wow.
lower and
Oh
lower.
wow.
Already seen things.
Taking liberties with the mouth there, I see.
Yeah.
It seemed quicker.
I
Oh,
like
he's
how
moving.
the size of the eye switches every side. Every
Did Darling make a pit for it to jump down?
I think so.
I'm downloading them all. I've got
That-
my Gartic's folder.
That is me every time I play this game. I swear I'm jumping down this endless pit. What?
Darling has an awesome hand there. I apologize for what I did to this.
He's like, oh yeah,
Nice.
Oh.
nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's still there. I see it.
No.
Oh, is that what I got?
Okay, is that what it was? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I think I know what
Why
this
am I
turns
such a
into.
shit?
I thought I was given a balding tomato by a tree.
It works. I mean, Item got it.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid drew a
Same
brown Statue of Liberty.
How did
Oh,
Dorkus
this is
do it
great.
that fast? That is awesome looking.
Man,
Thank you.
amazing.
And now the
I'm
ball's
awesome.
reaching for the
Amazing.
tree.
Oh,
Oh, he was a skeleton. And look at that jellyfish.
Very cool.
Yep, I
It's
forgot
so
everything.
cool. SOS even.
I forgot everything. Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Waves coming in.
Guy fell down.
Ooh.
I think I did a pretty good job there.
Patrick Swayze?
We got the sun back.
Yeah.
Sun's
Oh,
gone.
this one actually was pretty consistent all the way then, I guess.
It's like this is how you land up
Yeah.
visualizing things.
He's not
Oh,
coming.
look how he came to laugh.
Yeah. Darling's face is amazing.
Yeah.
Blue
Love it.
tree. Okay. This is actually, I wonder if Vimo considers this good practice for us. Okay.
Probably not with the quality of Kirby's. Like
Oh,
that
the
one,
Kirby.
pretty
Oh,
good. Like I'm sure he
Interesting.
considers that practice. Mine, not so much.
Rome to Russia very quickly.
Whoops.
Yeah, memory not so good.
I wasn't a part of that BMO training.
Yeah. And that is.
I remembered
that
a
is
red
unacceptable.
flag.
He's shocked. What?
He's got his hand up. Catrew put his hand up. Very good. Dorkus is. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
I definitely screwed up this game of telephone, but it stayed pretty consistent.
There.
Red
We got
flag.
it. We got it.
You got
Red
happy.
flag.
So it went from Rome to Russia to communist Israel.
Oy vey.
Communist Israel. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's what that was.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't put pink in. Okay, so these are colors that are lost.
Yeah. I screwed up on color as well.
And also it's wiggling. Look, it was up and now it's down. It's like, hey, hey, hey. Okay. Good luck? Question mark. Oh, why are you asking?
I couldn't remember if it was an interrobang or just a. You see, Darling knew to take it out.
Mm.
There you go.
Splotches. Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
I did no color.
Yeah, but still,
Go.
that's pretty cool.
Go.
Go.
Good handwriting.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
It's strategy. That's nice.
Oh, he fell.
I remembered it was good luck, but I ran out of time out of those right.
That is so cool. I like what that ended up as.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
abstract.
Nice.
But there were no words at the end. Shh, shh, no words. Shh. My guy left a note for me.
I love it. It's very identifiable.
Yeah.
I for this
I'm
one.
so sorry.
I screwed this up so bad. I don't
I
know.
did. I did.
Oh, I know what I did on this.
Yeah.
now it's Swamp Thing. Oh, wait.
I thought it was like a squid with scribbles, so
no.
I really screwed this up.
That was like Santa thing.
You so you thought it was like an abstract art thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took it
You
that way.
spelled this
Eventually it became like
it's just
one of those Disney ones.
a bunch of ramen from a Nikocado avocado stream.
yeah.
Maybe you got 4 limbs back at the end. Way to go, Andrew.
4 limbs.
Nice.
Oh, Kirby.
Wow.
Wow. It's all of us. Right?
Whoa.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
That is awesome.
Oh.
I'm serious. Okay, Adam's in there. Okay.
Oh.
Mine was not accurate. I
More abstract.
It's Hey, the black came back in! Yay! But that okay, it's maybe because they saw the screen.
Now, can we see it like scroll from the top to the bottom? Oh, wait.
Okay.
Here we go. Nice. I like it.
We should be doing animation with this many people.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah. Next time.
fun next time. Wow,
Oh, it said I
Oh,
said
wow. Nice.
that's
I like it.
amazing.
I didn't get
Nobody judged
anything
too
like
hard.
this.
yeah, what the hell did I
Oh, I know what this turns into. That was the thing that I forgot. The color. Okay,
does it
look,
just turn into Ruby again?
it comes into scribbles again.
Oh, I like
Goes
the
into
blood's
scribbles.
still there.
Yeah.
You see that?
Oh, wow.
No, the word is
okay.
not meh.
Then
Oh. Yeah, I really
was
screwed this
wonderful,
up.
Yeah,
Well, the blood's
Then-
maintained.
that's what I forgot. I didn't remember.
It's a bleeding
It's like-
cloud.
Like I don't. Huh? Okay. Beautiful. Very well done, Greg. I mean, Dorkus.
I had time to spare. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I erased it like 5 times.
Wow,
Whoa.
that's
Nice.
cute.
Very good.
That's quite a Shetland
Okay.
pony.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Artem.
Oh, this is what okay, I know what this becomes.
Fiddlefoot.
I don't know what happened. What?
Hmm.
I can't remember what I did.
I don't remember this. Oh, now I do. Oopsie.
Oops.
Perfect.
No notes.
Darling kind of brought it back.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
Kiddies might be a different drawing, but okay. Okay.
Well,
let's get it on there.
Don't draw things mounting other things,
That's
okay?
horseplay.
Oh.
Okay. It is late. That was a good one, boys and girls. I'm
Who's
sorry we can't
CPO?
do more.
By the way.
Okay.
Who's Sipo?
that-
Or Keep?
Charles.
Charles.
He's a great vampire.
Oh,
It
thank
is.
you.
It's like a
It
shadow,
is.
though. That's what I thought, George.
That's my one for the year.
In- So it turned into interracial copulation.
Well, I suppose it could be.
I thought it was, so did I, darling. I thought it was two people fucking as well. Clearly, I just made mine go to a different angle.
Two people fucking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
I mean,
that was blue.
I'm so sorry, but we started a little bit late, and we had usually I try to go a bit longer, but we can't. Okay, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We have to stay here. But there will always be more Gartic. We have decided it's a moral good, so don't worry. Yeah. Everybody, what happens now is Catrew will tell you about what he's going to do on his channel before the next thing, and so on and so forth.
All right. So tomorrow I am going to be working on my video. I'm going to be going through
Palworld.
Okay, so a bit of catch up actually, a little bit. So last week's stream for me kind of popped off, not in a great way.
Oh,
no,
then not
no,
nice.
no.
Poor.
Well, it's like, what is it? People. Okay, so what the good thing is that people seemed very interested in the topic, so that's good. But people did not really stick around to actually watch the stream. So what the most consistent, thoughtful comment I got was that, well, I'm interested in what you have to hear, or I'm interested in what you have to say, but I'm not willing to listen to a 2-hour-long video or stream or whatnot. So if you could make a short video, yeah. So thank you.
Okay.
But like there was like it reached it had 1.3K
Jeez.
Yeah, I got recommended
Yeah.
it totally apropos nothing, just
Nice.
just the but the retention is horrible. Everyone clicked out very very soon within the first few minutes. Nearly everyone. So, but people who left comments were very interested in the concept, but they want a shorter format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my arguments tomorrow, and then I'll have 3 streams. I'll have the stream I did in preparation for this last week's stream. I'll have last week's stream, and then I'll have this stream, and whatever kind of video I make, I'll have those streams to clip from in case I said something very well, and clips just sometimes work well to break things up in a video. So, but my goal for that video that'll be coming out the next couple weeks, I'm not sure exactly how long, but gosh, I saw a few minutes of it. I tapped out. I cannot. The
Couldn't
fact that everyone is just everyone. Why does nobody know? Why does nobody actually know Locke and Rousseau? People keep talking about Locke and Rousseau. They don't actually know it. It's so frustrating. Sargon gets close with Rousseau, but he gets Locke totally wrong. It's so frustrating. And even with Rousseau, he's still wrong. He's just closer. And so frustrating. So frustrating. Anyways, so my goal for the video is about 10-ish minutes. I'm going to try and keep it really short and concise and snappy. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow, and that's what I'll be doing. Yeah. And okay. Charles.
I had Gray and a couple of other YouTube friends on a couple of nights ago where we discussed the Metallica anthology, all of their albums. That's already up. And I'm hoping to witness this ridiculous commentary on stand-up. And I expect to have at least one stroke during that event.
I stop at one.
Is that going to be on your channel, Gray?
Sure, if you want to, or if you want to do it on yours, either way. But
Dual
let's do
stream.
that, man.
Hey.
Yeah, no. The more I hear about it, the more I either want to punch a wall and or see it.
Okay. I think they're both worth seeing, but I should probably edit them down a little bit.
Okay.
What on earth are you doing, Dorkus?
What do you mean?
Oh no! Wait, sorry, Cameron. Dorkus usually moves stuff around, so look what Cameron has done.
He has a fun name, and what a beautiful chinchilla.
But you get it,
Chinchilla.
chinchilla. You get it,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
works.
it's even the shirt, same shirt as your, or
Ah,
same color scheme.
yeah.
Wow, he did choose one with the same pattern.
Yeah.
It works. Well, speaking of which, Cameron, have you created any content that you would want us to go towards?
Yeah, sure. I guess there was so the Philosopher and the Fool. It's the podcast I do, and the episode coming out. I don't know. They come out on every other Sunday, but I'm not in charge of that. So it might be this Sunday. It might be the one after that. It will have plenty of stuff you can quote mine to make me look terrible, absolutely terrible, because I'm discussing the justifications of Hitler and why he did what he did. So,
What? Okay.
So,
if you ever want to ruin my political career,
okay.
Justifications. That's good. That's interesting. That is the
Studying that kind of stuff can be useful to see, like, how, like, where are the red flags? Because if somebody starts sounding like
We're all
Hitler,
red flags with the white circle and then the
there you go. But yeah, so I mean, studying, there are some people who feel like certain things should be taboo from even looking at it, and I don't agree with that. I feel
well,
like
I think that
looking at things so you understand where the problems lay is good. You got to know history to avoid it.
Well, I think the thing
Avoid
about
repeating it.
Hitler, which people, I've seen people actively try to change this, like fight against it, but you read like Mein Kampf or something, like the original translation, and he's a normal, caring, empathetic guy, and it's like, you have to remember that that's the kind of person that can do what he did.
Yeah.
And you can't just pretend that there's an evil kind of human that we don't have to look out, that, we'll know the evil guys when we see them and they're over there. It's like, no, this is in everyone. Hitler was trying to make people's lives better, and he did what he did.
Exactly.
allegedly.
I have added the link. Go into the description, subscribe there. Agreed that we do need to talk about things and study them. Do that, please.
Well, he didn't want to be an
Dorkus?
architect exactly. He failed to get into art school, and then they suggested to him, "Oh, then you can be an architect." But the thing was, he had purposely failed his math classes so that his dad wouldn't be able to force him to be a bureaucrat. But you need to have math skills to be an architect. So then he had to study to be an architect. It didn't actually like drive him crazy like the joke goes. He was like, "Oh, I'm not." It's actually very inspiring. His line is, "Obstacles were not placed in my path to be goggled at; they were placed to be overcome." And he decided.
Yeah, you would be like, "That's a great quote," and then just like.
Well, I keep reading. Well, that's the thing.
Definitely
I keep reading. I'm like,
inspired
"Oh yeah,
some.
yeah." Oh, and then there's a part where it's like, "Well, that was a bit racist." Oh yeah, right. Of course. I can't believe the author of this book is so racist. It's such a shame.
It's such a shame.
No,
That's the shame.
I gotta wonder though, right? If there is time travel, right? Do we live in the timeline where somebody was trying to avoid the awful artworks of Adolf Hitler, and so like they got him booted out of art school, because this time traveler didn't enjoy those artworks.
What a horrible butterfly effect.
He wasn't good at drawing faces, so they recommended.
Yeah, that's basically it. No, that's basically what they said. That's very
interesting. I like that. That's very interesting.
Because the university, they're like, sorry, we can't take you, but if you apply, we'll instantly accept you for architecture. Like, they were happy to have him. It was just he couldn't do the interesting pictures. But his line work was really good.
Cool.
That Volkswagen Beetles are pretty nice.
I'm interested in.
Hugo Boss makes nice.
I like me some Fanta.
So, Gray, when are you gonna? When are you having Charles on? Is there anything else happening on your channel?
I have some videos that should be dropping eventually, but hopefully soon. Yeah, I haven't really talked to Charles about it, so hopefully soon. But yeah, it sounds fun and timely. So hopefully soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dorkus.
Yeah. Fun stuff happening over on the No One Asked You podcast. We're still moving forward with the Mistborn series, Kita and I. And that's going well. Yeah, and that's Sunday mornings. And now that I'm home from my house-sitting adventures, I can get back to uploading my Cicero videos.
Hell yeah.
And hopefully, go on.
We need more of those. They are amazing.
Gray gets to the comments first.
You are very
Actually, let me ring the bell.
And I should be getting in a couple of interviews with some folks at some point in the next 2 weeks, which means I should get them uploaded eventually.
Nice.
So, exciting things.
Awesome stuff. I will be on Rosales' stream on Sunday. So that's where I'll be. And I will share a post there, but you should be subscribed to Rosales Comics anyway. And yeah, I don't know if maybe I'll stream a bit more Palworld this weekend. We'll see. Ali has abandoned me this weekend, so I have to take care of myself. So.
How is Ali, by the way?
She's been busy with family and everything, so next weekend.
We need more Ali in our lives. Come on, you gotta convince her to get over and hang out.
Yep.
So we can watch stuff. We can watch a movie.
Yeah. But yeah, if everybody, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you don't copy Pokemon, and have a nice life.
Bye.
Bye.